So the first step to correct your status would be, I would create something called a non-taxpayer affidavit, or even something called political status correction. Correct your name for the record. When your name was created on a birth certificate, they think they own this, so you have to learn how to create it in a private trust. The Social Security number is a trust. If you look it up, Social Security Trust Administration. It's a public administration. You have to learn how to create your private administration. So you can start with a church, or even a tribe. You can correct your status with a tribe, a church. It's called the Shahada with Muslims. I'm not sure what it's called with Jewish people, but they all undergo a status change. In the Christian community, it's called being baptized. So your baptismal certificate can be also correct your status, and you can use this to identify in the public. Everybody go to onlyfans.com/Don Kilam. That's onlyfans.com/Don Kilam. That's DonKilam. You can subscribe there and get access to Don Kilam University at donkilam.com. You can also follow me on the Instagram at DON_KILAM. Again, that's DON_KILAM. Much peace and love. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Still letting everybody in, I appreciate everybody. Peace, peace. How's everybody feeling?
Fantastic.
Peace, bro.
Really good.
Peace and love, peace and love. I'm on Zoom calls all day. Peace, peace, peace.
Peace.
I'm seeing everybody that's in the building. Ken Carbon, what's good, man? This picture look dope.
What's good? We could talk. Or
Hey, that picture hard. I like that.
I'm just trying to get it in, man. Just a young person trying to get it in, man.
What you think we going over today?
Well, as I seen, hold on, let me cut this damn TV off, man.
I already got everybody donation. So what y'all think we going over?
TDA account.
Yeah,
we are. Yeah, TDA.
We are. Yes, we are. It's not even hard. I'm not even gonna lie either. Like, I made a lot of money. So if people want to pay it, you know, to learn the game. But the reason why I learned it, wanted to learn everything that was going on, is because people were getting freaked out with frivolous letters. Because y'all mixing public and private. That's the only thing that's going down.
Okay.
You can't mix the public and the private. Well, I'm about to show y'all what's good with it.
I'm going to mute up so you can, do your thing.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Everybody, also, if y'all got access to the chat, now if you sent the Cash App, I got your email addresses. Now, if you're on the OnlyFans, I can send you a link. But if you want to just put your email address in the chat, so I will go back through here because I want to make sure that everybody gets the replay and gets all the information because I'm including a lot of great information. I didn't even tell y'all everything that's going to be included with this. I want to go over different things because when I first came in the game, learning about Treasury, I had different teachings. You know, I'm not even going to go over Patrick Devine's way at all today, but he has his own little style, his own little swag, whatever you want to call it. I want you to know to get a TDA account is free if you do it yourself. I wanted to go live on the OnlyFans for everybody, just so they can catch it. But whatever, man. Yeah. I'm gonna show y'all why y'all want this replay. I'm gonna let the replay. Everybody that paid for it, that's in the class, is gonna get the replay. So no worries. But like after a few days, the price gonna go up to like 200, even for the replay. All right, let me just get started. I'm gonna give y'all a link too. So if you got access to the chat, I'm putting a link in the chat right now. It's a Google Drive link. I am getting everybody's email addresses. Appreciate you.
Don, can I tell you something?
Yes, man. What's up with it?
It's Lady Prosperity. I've been waiting on this out. Listen, you don't even know how much work I've been putting in.
Yeah, I do. I see
thank
you.
you. No,
I
thank
see
you. We so excited. We got all of
Oh
our
yeah.
drives.
So let's talk. Was it you that said you getting your paperwork in? They reached back out to you.
Yes, it'll be here in a couple of days. All 6 of us.
See, y'all, all my students that want my attention, figure out why she does, why I know who she is. You know, she does drop donations, so let's put that out there. But I know her because of just how she moves. Why everybody trying to get my attention, God damn. What you do? Why is it that I know who you are?
I'm very relentless. I'm not,
You're relentless. That's what you call it. Well,
that's what I call it.
Hey, that's nice. Then that's nice because you like I'm relentless too, but I'm relentless in a different way.
Okay. Well, I noticed that you was leaving a lot of clues, and I was paying attention.
Yeah, success leaves clues, and you gotta read between the lines, or you're not gonna get ahead in life anyways. So, like, you notice that all the answers are out there. You really don't even have to pay for it. Like, at the end of the day, it's free.
Yeah.
What are you focused on, man? Really? I like to, and then let's because I do. Sometimes I'm doing 10 Zoom calls a day. But I remember your call pretty clearly. I don't remember a lot of y'all's calls. I don't remember y'all's faces. I'll be so high. But just gonna keep it real. But I remember your call. She literally sat down with the family. She had the family on the Zoom call. That shit was lit. That's like I respect stuff like that, you know? That shit was lit, man. She got the whole fam. She's the leader of the troops. It seemed like she's the leader.
What's up, Don?
Hey, what's up? There you go.
Oh, I'm always here. I'm just sitting
you.
loud at the camera.
I was just talking about you. There he goes. I told you he's here. He's here.
Yeah. Hey, man, we appreciate you, man. Seriously, man.
Hey, y'all are both in tune, though. That's what I loved about it. Like, he let her do the talking and stuff, but as soon as he talks, you know he knows something. Success leaves clues, man.
She is the one in the front, man. She's the leader. She spent a lot of time studying and gathering information for everybody in the tribe. So it's our responsibility to pick up on what she's already learned and catch up with her, because she be on it, man. Like when I had to go to work, when I be at work for 8 hours, I promise you, she be on the computer for 12.
These are the documents.
Yeah. Sometimes that's what it takes. With me, I'm
Yeah.
a Virgo, so I got me in the think tank. So when I'm in the think tank, sometimes all I do is sit in a room for a couple of days, man. I don't even be on the computer. I gotta take a break from the phone and everything. I just got to sit in the room. You know, it reminded me of Kanye West. He said he was in a room for 3 summers making beats before somebody heard him.
What be doing?
Sometimes that's what it takes. No, so you did go through the services for the documents for your family, your tribe to get
In
for the
addition to the ones that was in the university.
right. So they were very similar, correct?
Very much so. Very
Well,
much.
I didn't. Let me just be honest with you. It took me 2 years because everybody be thinking
Wow.
I'm so intelligent. Listen, I don't talk
Wow.
about nothing until I studied it first. So it took me
Uh-huh.
2 years to fully grasp because my mind is everywhere. My focus is pulled in different directions. So, but that's why I understand the concept. The first step to get ahead is just to get started. So I just
Right.
take a little bit at a time. So it took me 2 years to understand the land jurisdiction. Because they're telling me like you got the air jurisdiction down with the record labels. They're telling me you got. By the way, I'm not a licensed attorney, tax expert. I do this for educational, informational purposes only. They're telling me you an expert. And listen, I don't even know what they're talking about. I'm just doing this shit naturally on what I'm being called to do, right? So they're like, you got it down in the air jurisdiction. You got the water jurisdiction down. You got the contract. You got that down. They're telling me, but you're not understanding the land jurisdiction. I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? Man, they got their own governments, man. Let's go. Hey,
All right, that's what
let's
we're going
go.
for. That's it. Nothing
Hey,
else.
you don't need no notary public. They'll come stamp the shit up for you. They said, can you do a Zoom call, a FaceTime? You know what I'm saying? They said, oh, that's all I needed. I'll stamp the paperwork for you. They don't even charge you. Like they got it together, man. That's why I respect it.
Mm-hmm.
And with our people seeing is believing. So just letting them see it, and then I can translate it into how you want to do it. Your family, the tribe, the church. You know, you just got to get the basics down. You understood that from the gate. It was like more telepathic. What's understood don't have to be explained.
I say.
So they get your shit together for you. You don't even have to do the legwork. And then you just make sure you bring that over to your tribe. You just carry it over. I do want to go over some of that today because that ties in part with the Treasury. You know, just having your status corrected. Nationality is the order at the end of the day. Everything is business. So it's private banking. You know, I want everybody to know out the gate, a Treasury direct account is free. You do not have to pay for it. But when you start moving securities or bonds, if you're trying to do that in the public, you're trying to capture these things, then you're going to have a relationship with like private banking. Because, I mean, you can go to Bank of America, you can go to Chase, it's called a medallion stamp for everybody who doesn't know. But if you're trying to move shit and it's really not clear through the SEC, the FTC, because anytime you're in the public trying to move securities or bonds, this shit has to be registered with the public. Anything in the public is the government's, and they have the right to know about it. I hope that makes sense to everybody.
Perfect sense. We got some experience in some things that we ain't talked about yet. That makes perfect sense.
Hey, I had people coming to me like 3-4 years ago. They kept saying they was getting I can't remember. It was the same exact thing. It was the same exact words, like frivolous filings or something like that. That they were sending shit over to the Treasury. So you don't want that on your record, you know. And I'm dealing like because I use private attorneys. My private attorney, I found a private attorney down here. They told me that so this is why I need y'all to be careful with everything. I can show y'all the emails. Y'all need to see the emails. So I'm handling a misdemeanor case. Like literally, it was book and release. They didn't even take a picture of me. None of that. I didn't. But in there, they clearly stated that I never said anything about the Constitution, but clearly in the paperwork, they said I brought up the Constitution, and they're basically trying to make me out to be a sovereign citizen. So when the attorney seen the paperwork, the price went up to $4,000 for a simple misdemeanor. I just want y'all to know that. So be careful on anything you're doing out here because you don't want to be under, you don't want that label. So, you know, I'm gonna do everything I can to get that jacket off. This shit happened in 2020, but they labeled me a sovereign citizen. Like they put that jacket on me, and that's no good. And when you get that, the price is going up. It's gonna start fucking with your banking and everything. So you want to make sure you moving correctly. The game is changing. The game is changing. I hope that makes sense for everybody as well. All right, so I did put a Google Drive link in here. I'm gonna show y'all what y'all got access to. I'm gonna put the replay in here too. Everybody that put their email address in the chat will get access to the replay. So, things I want to go over because I'm new to some of this as well. I got this. This came from I've been sitting on this for a few years, okay, as well. This is the W4 sandwich method. And the reason being is because I'm getting a lot of success stories. You know, I haven't used it yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and try it on some things right now because they're talking about doing and if there's anybody in the class right now that has used a W4 sandwich, success or no success, like let's talk about it. You know, but I'm hearing people get successes. I've had successes for cars.
Talk about it.
What was that? Who is this?
We can talk about it.
Have you used it? Have you tried
Absolutely. Uh-huh.
it?
And I know
with
now I
success?
know. Now no. But now I know what happened.
And so I had the first success story I had was a homie I've been helping for years. We've been connected in Atlanta, Georgia, and he got rid of his mortgage with it. So,
We can talk. We should talk. We should talk, and I'll tell you everything. We'll talk.
But so, are you trying to get rid of debt with it?
It was more. It was more than that.
Okay, no success though. Someone else said they tried with no success either. I'm hearing success stories now, so
of course. We didn't know what we know now, but now we know. So this is the missing piece right here.
This is the missing piece.
Yep.
Everything's private banking at the end of the day. So look, because you got to understand, when you're in a private, there is no debt.
Right.
So if you're even discussing a private trust or not, there's no debt in the private. It's all full faith and credit, and then quid pro quo. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Something for something. You can't get nothing for something. That's the public education mentality. And that's what's keeping people in bondage. Like when people talk about redemption is just accounting and bookkeeping. That's all it is. Redemption of the bonds, redemptions of the notes. You know, when you have a gift certificate or a gift card, you have to redeem. You got a gift code, you have to redeem it. So they give you the codes. They give you the Social Security number. That's the code. That's the code to use for your redemption, you know, so to speak. So look, I haven't used a W4 process. I got students. I might have to bring one on so they can tell us what they did. I'm just showing you it's there. And there's a whole video. There's a whole video right there. An hour and 9-minute video. It's included in this package. How to get the W4 process. This is the exact W4 process. This is the remedy that they gave me. This was donated by a student. And I was like, man, let me share it with the class. And it makes sense because they're asking for audits, W4 withholdings, all right? I'm just going through to let y'all see what's through here. This is a treasury pack. So this dude, his name PJ Peter Lito, this is his way of collecting things with the Treasury, all right? You see, this is from 2018. The reason why I include this is because his classes was the best. His classes changed my life. He's not in the public. He don't access the public that I know of anymore. a private jet. I said I want to be like him. His first class was like $25. I couldn't believe it. That's how I learned the IRS game. But you see, this is his form of everything that you do. All right. You see the peaceful, and it's his type of status correction and setting up the trust, reserving your rights. And then I got my Treasury book. This is where I'm gonna be taking from today. I also got another video on there for you. I'm gonna give y'all another and that's PJ stuff again. The Treasury pack. I see. It's in there twice. And he got another trust pack. This is just for the trust. So y'all can see how it's done correctly. All right. This is a lot. All right. Foreign affidavit of foreign status, how to register your bonds. So look, let's just pull something up real quick. This is for the advance. After you get everything set up correctly. This is for advance, man. It's all gonna make sense later on when you start reading and studying, all right? I'm just going through it so it passes your eyes. So the borders are off. You got to change that. But you put them on the blue borders, you can actually take this off. But this is the template to make your own bonds. This is the template to make your own bonds. You're gonna have to download it on your computer. This is Google Drive, so it don't look right. And then it tells you exactly what to do. What to do on the docs. All docs, including UCCs and bonds, are stamped front with international stamps and back with 2-cent stamps, EINs over the top of stamps, sign across left, all of this. Private security agreements. You got to understand, everything has to be private. Because when you make it public, now the government owns it. So you got to do everything in the private first. So private security agreements, non-UCCs, people don't talk about this enough. Common law copyrights, hold harmless powers of attorney, claiming of reservation rights, claiming of peaceful inhabitants, claiming it's a lot of paperwork. Okay, y'all see it, y'all get the gist. This is a whole nother type of class. All right. I'm showing y'all what's included in this. This is the equity and securities ebook. And then right here, this is the $1 million worth of game right here. This is can't touch this. It's a diplomatic community class. Can't touch this. You have to go here first because y'all gonna be like, "What's the password, Don Kilam? What's the password?" I think. Let me see. You might not need a password on this. Yes, you do. What's good?
Okay, I had my hand raised, but I have to tell you, I kid you not. I woke up looking for this today. And the one that you opened
It's right
creating
here.
your own bonds, that's exactly what I was looking for today.
Well, it's right here. And then I need y'all to read this first, though. Because y'all got to understand why you even, because people keep asking me, where am I reading? I didn't even get it all the way uploaded. They were asking me, where are you getting this information from? I'm like, well, let me just give it to everybody. It says it's in here. There it is. See, if you study how the government is made, instead of people they be so focused on thinking that the government owes them something, right? We are the government. Lady Prosperity, talk to me because I need somebody with common sense to answer these questions, so I don't have to think too hard about
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Hey, so listen. No, so what I'm saying is we are the government. Do you believe this?
Absolutely.
They need your permission before they can move.
Absolutely. You do what I say.
So that means you're the government. If they need your permission, so you can create your own government and do the same thing.
We the people.
Yeah. And that's why you should learn about what's going on right here. So here we go. I want you to stop me or tell me if you can make it make sense in simpler terms. But this is right here in the Google Drive files. You see it, affidavit of obligation, commercial lien. So literally, when I started studying everything that was in this, that's when my whole life changed.
We'll be back after a quick break.
There's no such thing to practice law. It's called a bar card or a British accredited registry card. They take an oath to uphold rules to the crown, which is in Britain. So there's no such thing to licensed practice law. If you look up Abraham Lincoln, he was a lawyer. He wasn't an attorney. So attorneys might have to be licensed, but there's no such thing as a licensed lawyer. Again, it's called a British accredited registry. It's part of a membership. It's like a fraternity, like the Freemasons or any other private club or community that you'd be part of, that you have to show your private membership. And this is what they do. Everybody go to onlyfans.com/Don Kilam. That's onlyfans.com/Don Kilam. That's DonKilam. You can subscribe there and get access to Don Kilam University at donkilam.com. You can also follow me on the Instagram at DON_KILAM. Again, that's DON_KILAM. Much peace and love.
I'm gonna have to book another consultation because I got some heavy stuff that we didn't even talk about.
Let's go. Everybody knows this supposedly. An unrefuted affidavit stands as truth in commerce, but everybody's still in there arguing. Hey, if you understand that an unrefuted affidavit stands as truth in commerce, y'all will quit arguing with these people and stand on your affidavits. It's enough said. An unrefuted affidavit is acted upon as a judgment in commerce. That's enough said. It's the affidavit. You back to the affidavit. But this is what I want y'all to know right here. You all see this. Ignorance of the law might be an excuse, but it's not a valid reason for the commission of a crime. When you're standing on private law, you're not going to argue with public officials. I need y'all to understand this as well. Stand behind your paperwork. Stand behind what you believe it was in the first place. Don't switch up on your definitions in the meanings in your head. You don't even have to redo them. Resend the same shit you just sent. Tell them they got life fucked up. That's literally how I talk to them. Like, you sadly mistaken. Because I need y'all to understand this. Look at this. They're not supposed to understand your documents. Why would they? The public sector is the part of the economy that is controlled by the government. The private sector is the part of the national economy that is not under direct government control. Let's see what Wikipedia says.
I'm over here laughing. We've been on their ass. We've been on their ass.
Because like literally, if they send me anything back saying anything crazy, I'm gonna send them something back and tell them how they sadly mistaken. I'm gonna fine you for saying I'm frivolous. How about that? Don't step foot in Wakanda, motherfucker. You know? I need y'all to understand this. When you start learning how to operate like this, you start learning about the private sector, because literally, the securities have to be registered. Bonds are turned into securities. You know? Let's see what this says. Registering bonds, see if we can find something. A bonded title. All this shit, Florida bonded title processes. So at the end of the day, this shit's supposed to be registered, right? They securitize these bonds and these agreements. I'm gonna tell you right now. All this shit's done in a private because they have a clerk. All the clerk is, let me take you to a clerk in one of these counties right now. Let's go to Pinellas County. Because Florida don't hide shit. Look, Pinellas County Clerk of Courts is going to tell you exactly that it's a CPA. Look, Clerk of the Circuit Courts, CPA, Certified Public Accountant, because courts are banks. So what they're doing is, this is a private bank. They created their own agreements. The private securities, the private bonds. I hope that makes sense for everybody. So look, bank is the seat on which a judge sits on in court. A whole city is created off of bonds. Municipal bonds are issued by state, county, and local municipalities to fund government work, such as road maintenance and other building projects, even schools. The term municipal bond refers to a type of debt security issued by local, county, and state governments. They are commonly referred to pay for capital expenditures, including the construction of highways, bridges, or schools. Municipal bonds act like loans, and bondholders become creditors. So I want y'all to know out the gate, when you become a resident, this is the stuff that's going on with you, with your social security number. When you start accepting the birth certificate, when you start accepting the social security number, all right, they're using. Let me try to tie this in with the why this is the Treasury direct account. You're giving up your wealth to them. Put it like that. Because you're already worth something. I even mean to put that. So when you understand debt, all debt belongs to the United States out the gate. So the Social Security Trust Fund owns a significant portion of the United States national debt. 24 trillion. That's how much they owe the public when you're claiming these public documents. So this is why they owe you. You're creating cities. You're a creditor because you're a bondholder. The birth certificate is a bond. Social Security number, creating bonds. These are convertible bonds, convertible notes. But you're paying for the schools. This is why when you don't put your child in the school, it's considered a crime and truancy. That's trust law. That's part of their private laws. Municipal bonds act like loans where bondholders become creditors. In exchange for borrowed capital, bondholders and investors are promised interest on the principal balance. Is that making sense for everybody that's in my class? I want you to know your Social Security number is paying for everything. Real money to them is Treasury bills. So when you want to cash in, you want to cash in on T-bills. What it's called is the general fund right here. So the Treasury owes this part of the debt to other federal agencies. Why would the government owe money to itself? Because some agencies, like the Social Security Trust Fund, take in more revenue from taxes than they need. These agencies then invest in U.S. Treasuries rather than stick this cash under a giant mattress. So they're taxing you for using this trust, and anytime you use this trust, they send you a tax bill, all right? Because you're not assessing as a gift. It's either a gift or a tax. They're leaving you with a bill. Anytime you claim in like a beneficiary, they're going to give you a tax involved. Social Security Trust Fund is actually two funds: the Old Age and Survivors Insurance and Disability Insurance Trust Funds. The OASI trust funds provide benefits to retired workers and family members of deceased beneficiaries. So anytime you tap into this, you're a deceased beneficiary. Just know that. The U.S. Treasury Department manages the trust fund under the direction of a 6-member board. Each year, the board reports to Congress on the financial status of the trust funds. 3 sources of income fund Social Security, and that's payroll taxes. So anytime you get payroll taxes, you're funding your own trust. Interest on excess funds held by the Treasury and taxes on benefits for current beneficiaries. So this is why I like the W-4 process, because you're going to understand you're auditing in this trust. These are all withholdings. When you're filling out tax forms, you're acting as a withholding company or on behalf of a withholding company. And everybody should know about HJR 192. So this says 1935, Franklin D. Roosevelt signed into law the Social Security Act. This created FICA. The Social Security Trust Funds was established in 1937 to manage the income collected from those taxes so they could be redistributed as Social Security income. Since then, the fund has received more income than is paid out in benefits. That's because of America's demographics. So it's paid out more. The U.S. Treasury must invest Social Security income in securities guaranteed as to both principal and interest by the federal government. It issues special issue securities for use by the trust funds. This is what they're doing with your credit when you sign up for this.
Hey Don,
Hey, peace.
Yeah, hey, peace. I had thought we was going backwards because I got the redemption 4.5. It's about like 677 pages. I read it about like 3 times, but like I thought you had me going backwards. But when I watched the seminars, the video seminars, it was saying that you don't got to do the UCC 1 or UCC 3 once you do it your way and go international. It's 5 different citizens. I was like, damn, this different paperwork. I don't got to do the bill of exchange. I still got to do the bill of exchange and stuff like that. That's your birth certificate in a way. That's the surety bond.
Correct. And you just identify it different. You just don't use it as an identification. You're using it like it's supposed to be used for as a warehouse receipt. You got to do what they do.
Yeah, absolutely. That's like when they was what's it called when you the arbitration when you go to court and tell them you're a lawful person, you visiting and you was misaddressed. That's how you take it to straight business, and they going to immediately expedite you out of the courtroom because they're going to be like,
I like that you know that you're on a different level, brother. Because start arbitration. I don't talk about it. I don't talk about it until it goes into arbitration. But that's exactly what you do, because that's when you get to bring in private law through arbitration. What's your law and what's their law?
You gotta really make all your ducks in a row though, because if you don't, like everything is on the judge. You can't look at it like I like the other day you was talking to somebody on Instagram. You was like the judge. No, you was like you got to thank the judge. Your spirit, like, because the judge is just a referee.
That's it.
Like they not there. You don't go in there to be mad and be like talking that like talk. You gotta go at the defensive attorney and the prosecutor. Basically, it's a game of hot potato. You don't fall into that jurisdiction. You got to know how to, like, it's like, I can't even believe I learned this much about like all the acts and in the past 3 or 4 months, getting undoctrinated, unlearning and relearning. I mean, it takes a lot to really, your life's got to be in order to really like piece all of these things together because at first, probably the old you and the old us in general, like you would ignore this type of stuff. Like you would be like, I got my constitution. You would go to war and argue. I got my constitutional right. We were slaves. We was economic slaves since the 14th Amendment.
That's it.
Like they get in the text the 14th and the 15th Amendment. They say Lincoln freed the slaves. He ain't free. It's almost scary though, but then you go looking into that one page you sent me and you see the blood harvesting with the Rothschilds and the Rockefeller. They treat us like animals as citizens. So if you don't want your kids to grow up like this, like you gotta copyright your blood, your organs, all of this is slavery with your ID. It's
that's it.
It's all slavery. Like it's like it goes back to the driver's license, the motor vehicle was created in Oregon, the handbook, all of that is. I'm a traveler. I'm a settler. I'm a traveler. All this shit. What is you? But you gotta have clarity. You gotta eat right. But this is side note. But you gotta focus on your brain. 19 Keys got this stuff. This mushroom stuff. This natural liquid that help you focus on your brain and think.
You go.
Like you
People
got to
not
be
ready
able
for
to.
that. People still think, don't panic if it's organic,
No, not real, but we naturally supposed to microdose like mushroom, something that's helping
Hey,
you
you ain't got to tell me
stimulate and
nothing.
enlighten.
I know how I reach new levels,
And like anything that connects you to the nature, like you
Right.
naturally supposed to see the beauty in the nature. You naturally supposed to like. I couldn't wait to talk to you, but I really had to. I already paid for a consultation with you out of 200, but I wanted to wait till I already knew I had my ducks in order. But I was like, damn, he taking me backwards. And then I look at the video, I'm like, hold up, he ain't taking me backwards because I'm looking at the secure party creditor. I'm like, he talking about
Right.
international American citizens.
International, that's what it is. And at the
Oh.
end of the day, the Kennedys, the Trumps, they're international. It's all
Mhm.
family business, man.
And
You
then they
gotta learn
talk.
how to do that.
Then
But you
they
can't
talk
walk
about
in.
Trump.
You're not gonna be able to walk in certain spots internationally. And we can talk about this. I can't give everybody the locations, but they acting like they don't do business with America, but they do. They just don't do business with U.S. citizens.
Yeah, they slaves. They slaves.
Yeah, I'm talking about different countries. You can't go in there with no birth certificate.
You're a ward of the slave. You like a criminal.
That's it.
Since
That's it.
you're a criminal. Since that act was created, like a war of the, I mean, it was you know what act I'm talking about. I can't. It's on the tip of my tongue, but trading with the enemies.
So I don't know if you can see my screen. You on the phone, aren't you?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
So I
Nationality.
did. So this is what they was talking about. They did their paperwork. They did my paperwork right here.
They did my paperwork. I paid for them to do, but I ain't put my PO box on it. Can I adjust that? I think I probably can
You're
adjust.
gonna have to
the
talk
paperwork.
to your state representative or whoever it is in your state.
Yeah, I emailed them my PO receipt with the date on it though. But if it comes down to it,
they take care of me. Like they got me together, man. It's a whole different level. I love how they operated.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Listen, I was like, damn, he only, like, I felt bad for even asking you, can you do a consultation? But you can't lead somebody to water and make them drink it at the same time. Like you give, this is millions of dollars worth of game. I'm like, damn, you're charging a couple $100. I thought it was fake. Like he playing this shit.
It's all good, man. The people who know, I make it affordable for anybody to go from zero to hero in no time if they understand what the prosperity that's at their fingertips.
Yeah, but you're not. But you gotta be hungry. You gotta stay consistent. Like you gotta want to go after. You gotta want to go after the forefathers that created this. I mean, not go after them, but they hid all of this from us, creating. A Rockefeller wife owned Spelman. They created the schools. She owned Spelman in Atlanta. They created all the schools, elementary and college.
That's it. You coming to Orlando? We in Orlando. I'm with the people in Orlando March 23rd. We on the big stage, man. Real life, man.
I know. I could.
It's
my
a
birthday
movie
March the 20th. Well, I know it's gonna be.
It's free too. It's free, open to the public, man.
I know you. But then it's so much. I'm gonna keep going over that about the arbitration in the courtroom. I gotta go over that. Like I'm gonna probably try to go over it like 10 times in a week. They got it on the page you sent me with the American. Once you can go on there and talk to the judge and tell them that you basically taking it straight to business.
That's it.
You taking it straight to business. I ain't doing no talking. I'm taking it straight.
A lot of people don't understand it. So look, let me go over something else too. So that's when you understand it on a level that not everybody's comprehending. You feel me?
Okay.
So during arbitration, when I get to talk in the private, this is when I'm gonna bring up the unijoint principles. Fuck a UCC code. A unijoint will outdo a UCC code any day during arbitration. Principle of international commercial contracts. Come on, talk to him, man. Now you understand it now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The principle of international commercial contracts. Unijoint principles.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I use in arbitration. You don't even want to bring codes and statutes in or no private arbitration at all. All that shit's out the window.
Mm-hmm.
This private law now, private contracts. Well, people still getting off of UCCs though. I use Unijoy. There ain't no there's no rebuttals for that.
When she told me that, she was like, "You don't need a UCC." I said, like, once you go through making yourself an internet, I'm like, damn, I thought you was taking me back. That's why I wanted to. I'm like, damn, he taking me. I ain't trying to skip steps.
So what is a UCC? It's a public financing form, correct?
Yeah. For your property, all your collateral.
Listen, and I know a lot of gurus out here tell you that. So anything, it's a public form. You can only control what you create. Let's start there. Did you create this form?
No, I ain't created it. I'm going your way. I was ready to do the UCC one, right to Secretary of State. No, your way is better.
It's a legal notice filed by creditors publicly declare their rights to potential obtain the personal properties of debtors. It's publicly declared. If you're in the private, you're not going to publicly declare shit. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
That's a public banking form. Isn't that a public banking form? All public bank is owned and operated by the government. So if I'm publicly declaring assets, now the government can step in and say it's theirs because now we have evidence of it. Anytime you talk about debt in the public anyways, if we talk about debt or anything like that in the public, all debt is owned and belongs to the United States. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. I'm with you.
I keep my private. We can do non-UCCs. So you can keep your private security agreements, your private promissory notes, as long as you got those. Now you can, if you want to declare it publicly, as long as you got those private agreements in place, then you straight. Just keep that shit private, though. I keep it private.
You said, hey, I heard you on a phone call. You said they can't even come talk to me if it ain't in private. They try to come talk to you. They can't talk to you. Like it got to be private. Like how you said it.
Like how I mean in private. Yeah, that's how I did. That's how I talked to the. They were trying to talk to me about a murder case. They were trying to talk to me about some. The police killed some people in Dallas.
That's
I'm like, man, is you a public official? This a private business. You ain't supposed to be here.
They gotta talk to you with an affidavit or a conditional acceptance for value. They gotta send you.
They're gonna have to, because they're stepping outside the public into the private. In the private, you're not gonna be bonded.
The affidavits is everything. That's truth by law. When I seen it's three tools: the tort for the courts, the affidavits, and
that's it.
The tort. It's all the affidavits. It's like 7 or more different affidavits. Why did they say you got to remove the affidavits from the name when you go to sign it at the notary? They said you got to remove the name affidavits because they don't want you to think or want the notary. It'll confuse the notary in some way.
I'm not sure about that. But I want y'all to see every public court is considered a bank, but it's also considered a diocese, which is a district because everything is ecclesiastical. This is their jurisdiction. You see it right here, religious jurisdiction.
Yeah, with the Pope and the Queen of England.
Yes, ecclesiastical district under the jurisdiction of a bishop. People don't understand that. You got the Bank of Vatican.
Yeah, the Bank of Vatican.
Country, it's everything. That's their jurisdiction. So
that's why Salt Lake City, Utah. That's they run Rockefeller. That's where the biggest gold exchange and the diamonds at.
So like if you're a Muslim, they're not gonna. You can't be part of these jurisdictions with a birth certificate though.
Right.
Follow me? Because the birth certificate is going to put you at the Roman slave status in this system in the public. That's why you
when you
move.
talking about when you no, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. But that's why I said you got to move like the government. You got to either become a
When
church,
exactly
tribe.
you gotta govern yourself. But when
Yes.
you was talking about the tribes, can you go this way to being an American citizen, then go like say I got Cherokee Indian in me, and then say I'm a tribe and separate
I
myself and
stay
all my
away from them terms because I doubt your ancestors
Okay.
called themselves Cherokees. That's some American
Huh?
shit. That's some Americanized
Okay.
shit. I doubt your ancestors called each
Okay.
other Cherokees, but I could be wrong.
Because the Louisiana
the shit
purchase,
they own.
they
Yeah.
own from the top of Louisiana down to the bottom of South Dakota.
So we learned about Cherokees in public school, correct? Right or wrong?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't use public terms. I would make up some shit, you know. You dig what I'm
You're right.
saying? I'm a Kalamanite. I practice Kalamanism. As simple as that. We derive from blackamoors, Simple as that.
Absolutely. And I love that. Dang.
They don't talk. We were one of the uncontacted tribes until Don Kilam. You dig what I'm saying?
You're
You
right,
have your
though.
story. Yeah, I got my family Bible. I got my patents of nativity stamped up and some witnesses. That's all you need.
Dang.
That's all you need. All
Yeah,
they
that's
needed
all
was a
you need.
witness. They're telling you all they needed was a piece of paper and a few witnesses to get free from Britain. This is the story they taught you in public education. So I'm doing the same shit.
We'll be back after a quick break.
In a world where the tax system can seem overwhelming, one book is here to guide you towards financial empowerment. Introducing The Capitalizing Namepreneur, Unleashing the Power of Tax Credits by best-selling author Don Kilam. Are you looking to demystify the complexities of taxes and harness the power of tax credits? The Capitalizing Namepreneur provides an understanding of effectively utilizing your tax credits. Discover the secrets behind setting up a tax firm, understanding the strawman name, protecting your assets, and navigating the implications of the Social Security Trust Fund. Don Kilam's expertise shines through every page. It's like having a personal financial advisor by your side. Get your copy of The Capitalizing Namepreneur today and unlock the power of tax credits to enhance your financial well-being. Order your copy now and take control of your tax strategies. The Capitalizing Namepreneur, Unleashing the Power of Tax Credits by Don Kilam. Available now at leading bookstores and online. Get your copy today.
They
It's
said
magic.
Christopher Columbus. You're right though. That's what the District of Columbia, Christopher Columbus, they said, but the Bible you started, you created with the Bible.
Christopher Columbus, I ain't never heard of him, man.
Yeah, I ain't never heard.
I told Plymouth Rock we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us, God damn it. Hey, I taught my kids we was already here, God damn it. We was here before CC showed up. Before CC
You
showed up.
homeschool your kids?
1492. How the fuck do they remember that shit? Where was that documented at? It's on Google now.
Right. Damn, I got
Come on, man,
chills.
talk to me, man. At least Moses had an irrevocable trust. Shit, he put his shit in stone. Christopher Columbus didn't have shit. The fuck is you saying, bro?
You know they forced you in your book though. You said it in your book. I read your book like the same day. I got 70 pages. Read that in a day. But you said it like how could they if they connecting you with religions, how they taking you away from your father? If your father had control over you, they taking you. It's one or the other. Like your father, because your father got control of you, but they coerced the mother and the son and the soil, losing you at sea, basically. Right.
So we're gonna talk about the TDA. This has everything to do with about the TDA because if you don't know your lineage, how you gonna tap into anything? You still going by Derek. You know, you still gonna buy Derek. You ain't never gonna tap into a TDA. They're not gonna give you no fucking, they're not gonna acknowledge Derek's bonds. Put it like that. You go in there and say,
Like
hey,
I
I'm
ain't
Derek.
you folk.
You need to know your history. In order to go strong, it starts with strong roots. You got to know your history. You don't know where you're going into your future. If you don't take a look back at your past.
You know, I got Turners in my family from down South Carolina, like Rock Hill. I'm my bloodline. I'm naturally a revolutionary. I'm very rebellious.
But if you so I showed everybody. I'm gonna get back on topic though.
Yeah, get back on topic.
So what I was showing, this is this. They will get your paperwork together. They will get your paperwork together.
Immediately, they get you. But not you push me in the right direction. I'm like, dang, he did.
And then they will talk to you. They want all your business to be private though, which makes sense. So being private, if you understand, because people talk about the 508c1a, that is considered an unincorporated association. A 508c1a is considered an unincorporated association. All an unincorporated association is a private business that's not incorporated with the Secretary of State.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let me see if
that's the one I got.
Google don't really show shit, all right?
I be feeling like it's all indoctrinated bullshit. It got shit on there. You can Google words and stuff like that, but if it ain't coming out the Black's Law Dictionary, or it got to be coming out a certain thing. Like it's straight business. If it ain't about business or the corporate world, I don't even want to even know it. I'm trying to unlearn shit.
I like this. I like California. An unincorporated association may be a for-profit or non-profit group. I'm telling you, if it's not incorporated, that means there's no taxes involved. This is my people are Haiti. I would always claim to be Haitian. I would claim I'm an American national, but I would still claim my Haiti roots.
Absolutely.
I would be a Haiti national, a Haitian, and then I would be an American national as well.
Mm-hmm.
Damn right. But over here, you're still foreign. And I want everybody to know, right now is the best time to get your paperwork together and be a foreigner. They just handing out checks, y'all.
The foreigners get paid. The foreigners, that's how in the business world, I mean, once you cross over the line, you're a foreigner. The British and the Pope and all them, they foreigners. They the one, they monopolize this shit. They like the game monopoly.
They let people come in on the air. I got people working at the airlines, all of that. They let y'all come over with no documentation, all of that right now. All in America, and they handing out checks. New York is giving out a lot of money. But American national is considered as a foreigner as well. So
yeah, absolutely.
Let me see if I can put my I might as well
this is beyond. Isn't this beyond dual citizenship?
I mean, if you can get dual citizenship, you want it though. I would be a citizen in a different country if I'm in America. But if I'm in a different country, I'm going to say I'm a U.S. citizen. That's the only time I'm going to say I'm a U.S. citizen is if I'm in a different country.
In a different country. Yeah, here you're a foreigner.
You're an enemy when you're in America. When you're outside of America, you're not an enemy. Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I love how you said that. Dang.
Yeah, that's facts. So I'm gonna show this again. I got the $115 package. This is the one they sell everybody on. And they got me in their system. They give me an identification card, all of that. They're getting their own banking system established. Join the cause, you can become part of the government as well. I'm trying to see everything they give you.
You get the Buffalo license plate, all that stuff, the sovereignty,
and you get a bunch of shit.
License plate. Mm-hmm.
And then you get somebody that you can talk to. Like they'll email you right back.
Yeah, they'll email you immediately. I
So
can't.
they give you a whole pack.
I can't believe you sent me this. Like when you sent me this, I'm like, let me read this. Like I'm thinking you trying to trick me or something. I'm like, my bad. I ain't even mean it. It was just too good to be true. And then I get to read and like, the hell is this? Like, I get to reading it and reading it. I'm like, oh no, Then I'm looking at the videos. It's like 5 videos. It's about 5-6 hours. Look at the videos. Like, damn, he put me like in place like this. The UCC one, you don't even need. She said you can still do it. You don't need that shit.
You don't need no UCC one. But hey, before I'm about to put you on mute, man. But before I move on and get into the Treasury stuff, does everybody understand how to get their paperwork together, like their status? Because I don't want y'all being scared. You don't want to go doing nothing. First of all, I did a lot of stuff without knowledge, so I'm not going to tell you. Applied knowledge is how you learn it anyway, so I'm not going to tell you. If you don't fully understand it, don't do it. Well, that's how I learned. I didn't fully understand any of this.
So you're saying one of the best places to start with the paperwork is the American National site. Just find it based off the state.
Yeah. So this website right here.
Yeah.
Go there. They'll get you together.
Anna's stuff.
Yes. They'll get you together. I don't say their name because they don't pay me.
Right. But I was just making sure I feel you.
They don't pay me.
Yeah.
They don't pay me.
Now, and then you're going to get on the TDA because I've got the in your.
Yeah, I'm going to the book now. But
okay,
I want everybody to like. First of all, I need you to understand. Let me see if I can even go to the website. But I want you to set up a private bank account first.
I got a question when you're done.
All right. Once you get I'm gonna get to the TDA, but I'm trying to go to the website. You can go to treasurydirect.gov.
I've done the TDA account. I didn't do it the way that your method though. I was working with somebody else, and I did.
Once I get everything established, I'm doing everything by hand. I'm not doing nothing online after
that. Even with the TDA account?
Yeah, I'm not doing nothing. Once I get it established online, then I do everything by hand.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, no, I mean I did that. I did it through there, and I did it on a trust. And then a little bit later, they sent me something about. I can't remember. It was an email about something, and I just kind of left it alone. And I did it on the trust EIN. Now, I'm assuming since it wasn't, I can still do it your way though, because it was.
What was they saying? You had to verify your identity or something?
No. It was. I can't remember. It's been a few months, but it was. Let me check my email. But it was some technicality where they just put the account on hold. It wasn't nothing too bad. Let me see.
Yeah, I had a few of them. I had somebody. They had to just verify the identity.
While he's getting that together, when you talked about these documents and stuff like that, are we just going through all these websites and just registering with them? Is this specific documents we need to be filling out?
So you want to have your status together first, because if you don't have your status together, you're not going to be able to even write bonds or move bonds, securities, or anything. Nobody's going to listen to you. That makes sense?
Yeah, and then just by going through these websites that you sent to us, is going through the process of getting our status corrected.
That is a form of status correction, yes. On the land jurisdiction.
All right, copy that.
Yes. You have any other questions?
How would this apply to somebody who I know we were just talking about the whole people like migrating to America, but how does this apply to somebody who probably doesn't have I would say like citizenship or like probably has like no legal status or stuff like that. How would this apply to somebody in that situation?
I mean, that's good. You don't want to have no citizenship. You know, now you can freely become part of a tribe over here. Or you're a migrant. I'm telling you, you want to be a national, you want to be an immigrant, you want to be all of that over here, especially right now. Especially right now.
Can that person who doesn't have like the status go through with the status correction still?
Yes, this makes you an American national.
So you kind of skipping citizenship in a
Yes.
sense.
Yes. We don't even claim as a citizen unless we're in a different country. That's what I'm telling you. Not once do you hear me say I'm an American citizen or a U.S. citizen. I'm not saying that shit to nobody. That sounds crazy in America.
So with that whole,
it sounds crazy to me when I hear foreigners say it. Shit.
With that whole situation, with becoming a national, and then that's when you will proceed. I'm just asking for clarification of what I feel like I already know. After you do all of that, and then you proceed with like your these websites give you documents, you go ahead and get like an international driver's license.
Yes.
So okay. What about one last question on that topic though? What about like a social? What would you do for that?
Why would you want a social?
Well, are you referring to everything being like your trust or a ministry EIN?
You ever heard of Amish people?
Yeah, for sure.
Do they have socials?
Never heard of that.
Well, are they over here?
Yep.
Okay. I'm asking for clarification to see your understanding.
You're right. You're right.
You know, yeah, I'm not anti-Semitic or nothing like that. Would you agree? I believe Jew means dark person, to be honest with you. But you've heard of Jewish people?
Yep.
You ever been in jail?
Nah, never.
Who seems to be locked up more, black people or Jewish people? You ever heard of Jewish motherfuckers in jail? You ever seen Jewish mugshot?
They be lawyers though. They be lawyers.
But why do you think that is?
They have a state. They're in a different status.
They're not using socials. When you use a social security number, you go to a public school. True. When you're Jewish, you go to a Jewish school. It's that simple. They got their own type of system, their own type of government. That's what I'm telling you. So I gave you the information to go file your paperwork with someone who has their own government. They call it an assembly.
Okay.
And there's no paperwork. There's the private sector. The public sector cannot go against the private sector because guess what? The government can't interfere with a private contract. So if you're creating private contracts with the government and witnesses and people that's on your team, the government can't go against this shit. I'm not trying to understand what the confusion is. I need y'all to say this shit 8 times in the mirror. The government cannot interfere with a private contract.
The government can't interfere with a private contract.
I am the government. Say it until it makes sense. Anytime you claim that public name, that's making you a public official. You just became a president, so to speak, of a private organization that was handed over to the public.
You basically saying you are a sovereign political power holder.
So look, this is what they did for me. First of all, let me show you this right here. I don't know if I can turn it upside down. This the fee schedule. I think that's a fee schedule. I can carry guns. I got an IRS. Here we go. They made me an Illinoisian because I was born in Illinois. And then they opted me out of the IRS. First thing they did. And this is your identification.
I seen you post this on your Instagram not long ago.
Yeah, I'm just showing you this shit's legit. And then they gave me some more paperwork. I had somebody else sign as my witness. Look, you're controlling the name. So you get to manage the affairs of it. You get to, when you start learning how to create private bonds and things, only time you need, if you're trying to put it on the stock exchange, then you register it. This is why you got to understand private banking. This is the private business making your name a private business. You see, I got Don Kilam in that bitch. cancel all your powers of attorney. You gotta have all this together so nobody could continue to make claims on your securities, your names, your bonds, anything. Paramount claim of the life in the estate. This is controlling your DNA, the afterbirth, everything, your whole essence. I'm telling you, that's what makes you a national. Does that make more sense?
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, so you've heard of Amish people, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know they travel on planes.
But yeah, I'm glad you said it. That was my next question.
All right, so how they maneuver? You know, you would learn if you read this book right here, Spiritual Security. It's going to show you all about the unincorporated association, and that's for IRS tax forms. That's it. Everything's done with the IRS. Everything is business. Everything is in the corporate world. So you got to learn how to create your private family, have your private family create agreements with all these corporate entities. Does that make sense? They're part.
Are you saying the Amish people have
the Amish are part of a
agreement?
private family. They're part of a private lineage.
So is this private agreement you talking about how they're able to travel? Is that what you're insinuating towards?
They get to travel because of IRS documents. It sounds crazy, but that's why they get to travel without having any type of identification. This is one of the forms right here. The IRS the Amish do not take pictures at all. They do not have identification at all. Right or wrong?
No, I ain't never seen a picture of them. No, I ain't never seen no ID of them.
So look, Malcolm X left. Where was his passport? And he came back, El Malik El Shabazz. Where's this documentation?
No, fact.
How is he traveling out the country? These are things I'm trying to tell you. Your private family has to sit down with private organizations. First, you opt out the system. You prove you're not part of the system. You're not part of the Social Security Trust. You're not part of the United States guardianship. And you're claiming these documents. That's why I hate when people talk about authentication of the birth certificate. The fuck you authenticating a certified copy for? If I need to authenticate an autograph, it's going to be the original. Correct? So, let me see if I can find these, because all you need is 3 documents to open up a private, we can start with an unincorporated association and a public bank.
What about the first document in the TDA book? That's the durable power of attorney, general in fact revocation of all previous power of attorney.
All the paperwork I just showed you, you don't even have to wear it. I just gave you the status correction because that's all the paperwork is status correction. So the first chapter of the book is status correction.
Okay, so yeah,
status together. I just showed you the first step.
Okay, so not
at them people.
Because instead of doing it how you did it in your book, because that's what I got that printed up.
I mean, you can do it that way if it makes sense to you.
Yeah, it doesn't.
But I'm giving you a whole team. I'm talking about when you sign up with them, you got a whole team that will help you better understand the paperwork that they give you.
So you got you. Okay, I get what you're saying. I understand that. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, they do
By the way,
everything for you.
Are those the folks that you spoke about with Lady Prosperity that you could get in and for $75 or $115, whatever it was that you had?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I was on that call, by the way. What was the name of the organization and how do you get in touch with them? So that, because I understand they'll come to you, they'll do all kinds of things.
Yes. I put it in the chat box 50 times, but let's put it in there for the 51st.
51.
Yeah, 51st. The 51st time. Right there. And there's another one. You buy it from the first one, then you can reach out to your coordinator on it. Hold on. I'm sending this shit to people. Hold on. Boom. Boom. It's in the chat right now. Then you can reach out to the coordinator. You ain't even got paid today. Just holler at them. The fuck around, get you together. No money down. Shit. They act like they ain't tripping off money. Shit. I am. Now, people always worried about. You gotta understand, you can create your own documentation on everything. How did Queen Elizabeth prove she was a queen, man? She damn sure didn't prove it with a birth certificate. I hope that makes sense, everybody. How did Noble Drew Ali, the reason why I can't talk about Noble Drew Ali, he was a real noble. The government can't hand out titles of nobility. Noble Drew Ali, he is a noble. I wish somebody would beg the difference. No, I'm messing with y'all. But look, a patent of nobility was a legal document containing information on the judgment through which an individual was granted noble status. He had this. This makes sense, everybody. You got your coat of arms went with your patents of nobility. This is real life. So, one form of identification, you can use a WABEN. That's their form, though. But you can get a patent of nativity. If you know your family, the royal lineage, create your own patent of nobility. You discovered it. Who can go against you? You're in America, goddammit. Hey, as long as you can prove it, they can't go against it. You better understand it, man. This is the whole point of the Bible. Need y'all to understand this. This is the whole point of the Bible being a fact in the courtroom, because when you have these certificates, these birth certificates, that's putting you at a Roman slave status. Need y'all to understand that. So I'm gonna show y'all the documents one more time. Let me show you the website one more time. Make sure everybody gets it. And then we're gonna go into the Treasury book.
You can hear me? You can hear me? My camera acting up.
So this is the website. Tell them Don Kilam sent you. Tell them give me a cut. I need 10%. You can holler at your state coordinator right here. There's the website. Put it in the chat. They're going to teach you the game. Now.
So Don, are you still teaching or sending out notifications to the different entities once you set this up?
Yes. It did cost me a lot of freaking money. I sent it all myself. I do it all online now. So if y'all understand it, I'm gonna show y'all how I do it. I think you can go to certifiedmailonline.com. I go to ipostal1.com. And I go right here, create and send mail. And I send this shit certified mail. What I do is create and send mail. It's not popping up right now. There it goes. Hit new letter. You see, I got the arbitrations. I got liens in the motherfucker right now. I upload the PDF. You can send a certified mail right here. Out the gate. One letter gonna cost you $12. Then I upload the PDFs. And then I send them to whoever I'm supposed to send it to. That's how I do it. So I don't even leave the computer. I do it all from right here. Same way with I'm gonna give y'all access to this trust too. This I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to y'all free. So I can't find the documents right now for it's 3 documents for unincorporated association, but you can just create a private trust before you just make sure you set up a trust account or unincorporated association. All right. Do not hook up a public bank account to your TDA. I'm going to say that again. Do not hook up a personal public bank account to your TDA. Make sure it's a trust account. Keep it lawful by not depositing money. You can start there. Don't deposit any cash in the account.
So what I just heard you say is that I need to go back and take my public accounts off of there.
Yeah, I would. You can go on a trust account or unincorporated association. You can do a 508c1a.
What about corporate accounts?
A corporate account works.
Okay.
A corporate account works.
I had hooked it up my Fidelity accounts to them.
Yeah, so that's what I did. Exactly. That's exactly what I don't even have my wallet on me. It's over here. I got a Fidelity account. Let me grab the card. So y'all, I'll be posting this shit. But look, I'm gonna tell you something else. Fidelity, like once you get verified with them and you're good with them, you can create unlimited accounts. I don't like their but I don't like the way they set up trust accounts. So unless you can mail in the paperwork.
They're a little fugazi on him, ain't it?
Yeah. This is trust accounts though. So I create the private documents first and say that gave me permission to open up the Fidelity account. That makes sense? But yeah, I got the Fidelity card. That's the trust account. They're gonna give you different colors for different accounts. But that's what I did. Fidelity, and I opened up Fidelity from my phone. I don't know if you can do it online.
You gotta correct your status. You can do that first.
Yes, that's what you want to do first. Yes. So look, I did put the everybody click the link in the chat because that'll also help you. That's a link that'll set up your Quicken Legal Business Pro and the trust. Quicken Trust and Willmaker, estate planning, business if you're doing taxes, but you can create that to get your trust established right away. All right, get you a quick little trust account. Download it to your computer. There's the link. I'll make sure everybody gets that link as well with the replay. It's trying to make me sign in Fidelity. Let me see. I can't have y'all in my shit like that now. Yeah, I do think you can set up a Fidelity account online.
We'll be back after a quick break.
In a world where borders can limit opportunities, one book dares to challenge the norm and empower foreign nationals like never before. Introducing Can't Touch This: Diplomatic Immunity as a Foreign National by best-selling author Don Kilam. Did you know there is a difference being a citizen and national? This is for foreign nationals seeking to expand their horizons. Do you dream of obtaining a diplomatic passport and the freedom it brings? Don Kilam reveals the secrets to unlocking diplomatic immunity and creating your own nation. Discover why you are already a foreign national, learn the steps to obtain a diplomatic passport, and explore how you can be recognized by numerous nations on your diplomatic journey. Most never knew they could have diplomatic immunity as a foreign national. This book is a game changer for anyone seeking freedom and recognition on the international stage. Get your copy of Can't Touch This today and embark on a journey towards diplomatic immunity and creating your own nation. Order your copy now and unlock the power of diplomatic immunity as a foreign national. Can't touch this. Diplomatic immunity as a foreign national by Don Kilam. Available now at leading bookstores and online. Get your copy today.
Really, Fidelity was one of the easiest places to do trust accounts.
Hey, man. Yeah.
They don't ask for no paperwork. They don't ask
for shit. They don't ask
I
for
was
nothing.
surprised. I was like, damn, they ain't gonna ask.
And they can they transfer everything to the brokerage accounts. Like if you got brokerage accounts, private wealth accounts, they hook directly up to any private account that you have. If you understand the private banking side. Did you open yours up online or on the phone? You do it on computer or phone?
Yeah, I did mine online. Because I already had a brokerage account with them because I was trading with them.
Okay. So I went through. So another one that I was trading with is crazy. Is Robinhood.
I heard about Robinhood.
So you can hook up your Robinhood account. Everybody can get the app on their phone and open it up on the phone.
Yeah, it's simple, man. You ain't got to do
But you can't open up a trust with Robinhood that I know of. You can't open up a trust account with Fidelity. And they're not going to need you to get an EIN, no paperwork, nothing.
Man, they ain't asking for nothing. You fill their forms out and you going to be good.
Dang, that's good to know.
No, and the thing is, because you can go into a Fidelity store, you are an actual location, a Fidelity branch. You can handle these people. You can handle things by mail. This is private banking.
Yeah, I even got my Fidelity set up. It was real easy. I did it with a trust with somebody else, and was surprised. It was, they don't need no paperwork or anything like that. Real quick. And like you said, you can link it with all your other accounts already too.
And then so on the next step would be, once you got your Fidelity account, it's called Fidelity Private Wealth Management. So that's how you get more on the private side and start learning how to move the bonds and things like that. When you start learning how to get access, because once you start learning how to get T-bills, treasuries, you can deposit these into the Fidelity account. That's what a Fidelity account is established for, is to handle public stocks. When you're able to figure out where your Social Security number is attached to. When you start learning how to create minor accounts and major accounts, majority accounts.
You said private wealth management?
Private wealth management, yeah, hold on. Let me pull it up for y'all, man. Private banking side.
It's helping you manage your bookkeeping.
And that's what everything is.
Yeah,
but you still want your own private bookkeepers. So if you get your own private bookkeeper and accountants and when you start learning how to do these things, you have them work with your wealth management teams. So they manage your wealth, and then you got something called advisors as well when you start investing.
Man, thank you for all this. Thank you for your time, everything.
All right, it ain't no thing. I'm just glad y'all understanding it.
So Don, what type of trust were you using to set your account up with?
What, with Fidelity?
Yes.
Fidelity is going to open it up based on whatever their private terms and conditions are. But you can have your own private trust.
So is it a family trust? Is it a business trust?
We operate off family trust, operate off business trust, operate off unincorporated associations, operate off public holding companies. I'm not limited to anything.
Right. It really don't matter. Whatever you give Fidelity, man, they're gonna come on with it.
Yeah, but it's just you have to understand your form of asset protection, what works for you. The reason why I came into a new school of thought probably like 3-4 years ago. I just never utilized it because it didn't click yet. But when I started learning how you hand down wealth to your family, that's when I started maneuvering with the family trust, creating my private family foundation. Like, even though the government name is McBride, I create the Kilam family, because you can only control what you create. So that's my family. So I got the Kingdom of Kilam. I got the Kilam Foundation. the Malik
So you
Kilam
said family
Private
trust.
Foundation.
You said family trust, business trust, and whatever trust,
Unincorporated
private,
associations.
unincorporated.
Yes. At the end of the day, what the first private trust needs to be irrevocable, and then anything after that can be revocable. Yeah, because anything that you're handing off to your family in the private needs to be irrevocable. It can't be changed. Only thing you can do is
it can't be
hand off the torch. Yeah, you just keep the torch. You just keep handing off the torch.
Yeah. You got pay you got pay for to set up a Fidelity private a private trust, don't you?
You need to just go talk to them.
I didn't have to pay for anything.
But you got
like, no, you don't have to pay.
All I had to do
you ain't need a
that's it.
So you ain't need an EIN number or nothing?
No.
A trust account?
No.
Because when you hook up with Fidelity gonna ask you for another bank anyway. In order to send funds to Fidelity, you got to have a regular account to send funds to Fidelity. But the Fidelity account to TDA is what you want.
Okay, I know. With private, I know you're supposed to keep everything in a private. I ain't think you can send money to like your public. I mean, your own personal bank. I thought you kept it all personal. I mean, private, basically.
I mean, you can send money to it if that's what you want to do. You can have a wire sent, however you want to do it.
Okay.
Don't overthink it, dog. So I'm gonna give y'all some game. I'm not gonna get deep into this today, but like as an investor, the main trust is called a non-grantor irrevocable complex discretionary spendthrift trust. That's the name of the trust. A non-grantor irrevocable complex discretionary spendthrift trust.
Spendthrift trust. That's it, baby. I got one of them right.
That's what's going to be at the top echelon at the top of the totem pole. I don't talk about it too much though. I have everybody stick to the unincorporated associations and the 508c1a.
Can you say that one more time?
A non-grantor irrevocable complex discretionary spendthrift trust.
It's a lot.
Right.
It's a lot. And I got Dynasty on mine to let them know, hey, this for the Dynasty. This for the family. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. That's impressive you did that on your own, because it'll make you nervous once you hear them, oh, I'm not a grantor. I'm like, am I a grantor? Is it revocable?
There's no grantor.
I want to make it revocable. Yeah, no
it's grantor,
but you would think
no taxes. You know, even if you pull anything you do to this trust is going to benefit the trust. Expenses, whatever, it automatically benefits the trust. It's all and it comes off. So like a non-grantor is that the taxpayer who contributed the property to the trust is no longer the owner of the assets. So you gotta remember that. So as a result, the person who contributed the assets is typically not taxed on the income. Rather, the trust and beneficiaries of the trust who receive distributions are taxed on the income. In addition, if the trust is irrevocable, then it is very difficult to remove the contributed property from the trust. So the stuff stays in the trust. It's never going to be taxed.
Because it's private. They don't know who to really consult with. And then since the HJRA 73rd Congress, 1933, the Bankruptcy Act, they didn't. Man, I'm off the trust, off the people's taxation. The people, the American people pay it, basically. It accounts for you in the trust.
So when it's spendthrift trust, it means that a taxpayer sells all their assets to the trust. This is how promissory notes and all this shit is made. All this shit is created from trust. You gotta understand that, man.
Yeah, that's stamp. You see your signature on the front, your signature on the back. Your signature is worth. You can create money out of thin air. I was like, this shit, you got to know this shit to the nearest denominator, though. You can't.
Let me pull up this. I didn't even. So, let me get back to this too. Let me go over this real quick before I pull up the Treasury book. But I need y'all to know, you want to have one of these accounts set up. I like having brokerage accounts. And it can be a simple brokerage account like Robinhood, Acorns, or whatever it's called. I got all these accounts. So Robinhood, this is one. You can attach this to a TDA account. You can do a trust account too. Don't overthink it. Do a trust account, unincorporated association or business account. Don't overthink it. But these are the best accounts because you can transfer stocks and bonds from these accounts. I'm talking about, say you own a bunch of Amazon.
That's how you do the book. That's how you do the bulk sales.
You can start learning the basics of moving stocks and bonds.
Okay.
Can you finish that sentence you were saying? You was like, if let's say you got stocks at Amazon, you're just gonna say something after that.
No, you can move it between your Treasury accounts. Your Treasury, you can move it between all these accounts. You can hook up all these accounts together, Acorn, Fidelity, or Robinhood. So you can learn about moving securities and stocks. So this is another one as well. So, you sell a stock. This is how you start learning the game. You sell a stock and now you got money. So you just went liquid. You gave up your ownership, your percentage, whatever it may be. All right. So in the private, when you start learning what the fuck you owe, you start learning how to sell that shit or what the fuck they're holding on. So understand, I showed y'all municipal bonds. I started learning how to access municipal bonds and seeing what the government is really using your Social Security number for. Because when you start learning how to assess it as a tax, I'm not gonna get too deep on all this shit today. That's the Form 990. And the W4 sandwich method. This is why it makes sense to me. You want to know what they're using. How much money are you using on my shit? And you don't do it from a personal standpoint. You do it from a business standpoint.
Okay.
And when you start figuring you getting these things out, then you can start claiming. Because real. So when you look up what real money is, because you already seen they owe you trillions of dollars, right? So when you start figuring out how to cash in on what they owe you, they're not going to pay you in money.
Money of exchange or money of credit, or money of account.
Yeah, this is true redemption. Yeah, this is redemption. This is true redemption. Lawful money.
Intrinsic value.
So look, this is their form of lawful money. They're not going to give you gold and silver because that's considered a commodity to them. So they will pay you in Treasury notes and Treasury bonds. This is their form of lawful money. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So this is redemption to me. So lawful money is any form of currency issued by the United States Treasury and not the Federal Reserve System. It includes gold and silver coins, Treasury notes, and Treasury bonds. Lawful money stands in contrast to fiat money, in which the government assigns value, although it has no extrinsic value of its own, is not backed by reserves. And so this is how you tap in to the that public debt, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
When you start claiming, because this is what your Social Security trust is investing in. So you gotta learn how to claim this. Get your status corrected. Yes, so the W-4, you're filing the withholding on your documents, whether it's your birth certificate, your ID, whatever it is the fuck they're using in the public to identify.
You gonna send them a letter, correct? That to free up your bonds to all of the places, correct?
So I'm showing you just the lien process. And the reason why I'm showing this is because I'm showing you all public officials that have used your shit. They have a bond against them as well. So regardless, at the end of the day, if you discover the fraud, and the bond stays good up to like 10 to 15 years after they leave office. So regardless, you can put a lien against them and get paid off of that shit. When you start
you emailing this to them, or this?
That's part of that link I gave you.
Yeah, I got that link. It was the other link with the PDF. You sent me the PDF on OnlyFans. Is this that one?
Bro, I'll put this in the chat, the Google Drive link.
Oh, right, I got that one. I already did that. I got that one. Yeah, I got that. That was the first one you put in the chat.
So this is what I read. So municipal corporations, which include cities, states, and national governments, which you can create yourself, they have no reality without bonding of the entity. That's insurance, a private contract. So learn the game. Public hazard bonds. Public hazard bond of corporate agents, officers are required by federal, state, municipal law to provide the name, address, and telephone number of the public hazard and malpracticing bonding company. So if you create your own tribe, you can create your own complaints. Create your own government, create your own complaints. You can do all the shit the government does itself. I'll pull this
about tax credits.
What was that?
So what about tax credits? Are they considered currency?
That's their form of money too. Yes, tax credits. Okay. So that's why I make my name a business. I claim all the credits that's owed to me. I send it to the business. So these are cover letters of the W-4. This is what they used.
That's basically the interest that can't never be taken away from you, basically.
Correct. You see, there's their form of getting their securities back.
Can you donate properties to the 508 to unincorporated for tax credits?
Yeah, I mean, I would deposit a check if they send you a check in it from the Treasury. And you see this, so look, this is their form of status correction too. So all that, the website I gave you, they give you all of this, so you wouldn't even have to do all of this. You know, I gave you a paramount claim, a live claim.
Yeah, he gave you a cheat code in this videos that you should watch. That's in there that heightens your confidence and stuff like that as well.
I mean, I can show y'all something else too. Like you have to understand this because he's talking about tax credits. That's the capitalizing entrepreneur. That'll show you how to claim all your tax credits back. That link I gave you for the Quicken Will and Trust Maker, that also will show you a Quicken Legal Business Pro that shows you a bunch of forms in there to get your tax credits back. You know, we got Schedule H's.
I ain't get that link. I ain't get that link, my bad. With the Quicken
Go
Will.
back in the chat, man.
My screen was messing up, my bad.
I seen you talk about that. I think that's when you had that one, your first in-person thing. You had all the people up there. It was on YouTube for a little bit. I feel like you took all that stuff private. But I feel like it was either that video or another video where you was talking about a form you could file to get your taxes back and like how to get out of taxes and stuff like that.
Well, WABN for affidavit. Like you don't, if you're operating unincorporated, you don't have to file shit with the IRS. Only thing you have to file is when you're owed credits. If you're unincorporated, as simple as that. You got a holding company in the charge and order protection states. You don't have to file anything with the IRS unless they owe you credits.
So I know this might be a little off topic and it don't matter like if you answer or not, but like with the whole WABN, is that something like people on this call right now could file this tax season right now?
Yes. WABN, all it is a certificate showing that you're foreign to the United States tax codes.
And then along with the website you showed us earlier with the status, we like combining those two documents and sending it out?
Yes, exactly. I got an affidavit of foreign status. That's what I utilize. If anybody ever got their court case or whatever from me, that's what they got. Affidavit of foreign status. But I want y'all to know almost everything is a business credit with a business. When you start learning the game. Because you're working for the family, working for the family trust. This is general business credit forms. This book, I got a book called The Capitalizing Namepreneur. It shows you everything. There it is right there. Capitalizing Namepreneur by Don Kilam. This shows you tax credits for the straw man name. The straw man's a business. Shows you how to fill out the 1099 INT, 1099 OIDs, and lots of other tax forms to get credits for your name because your name's a business. With that being stated, enrolled agent. It shows you how to become an enrolled agent. This is a form of status correction. An enrolled agent is the highest credential the IRS awards. All you need is a PTIN, that's personal tax identification number. Take a few tests. It costs like $30. You're up there with public accountants and attorneys. I already told you. Who is the clerk of the courts? We can go right here. CPAs, certified public accountants. Certified public accountants right here. And attorneys. That's who's in court. And you too can become an enrolled agent and have unlimited practicing rights.
I'm a little confused. I'm a little confused on like the purpose of being an enrolled agent.
I have
Well,
a
that
question.
sucks for you.
Yes,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so being an enrolled, I think I already know the answer to the question. I'll just finish what I started to get in the proper standing and then do it, or does that matter? Becoming an enrolled agent, does that matter? Because I don't want to jump the gun, but I'm ready, so ready. So I think I'll just wait and then I'll do that.
For your taxes, I believe that.
I answer my own question because I answer my own question.
What was that book again, Don Kilam? You said
The Capitalizing Namepreneur. Has anybody in my class read this book or went to any of my Capitalizing Namepreneur classes, the webinars? Who say yes?
We did. Maya and Ben Ami.
Right. So can you explain to the people about it, the benefits about it, because they're not understanding me?
There are levels, okay? And you have to know what book you read, what level it's speaking from. And that's what I'm learning tonight, because I did read this book. I didn't get it last month. I let it sit. And then I looked at some things that did apply. But now that we've literally gone to that website, handled a couple of documents, it makes sense.
So like there's tax incentives for hiring a felon, right?
Yep.
There any felons in your family?
Yep.
So if you had a family business and you hired a felon, you can get a tax credit for hiring your family.
Sure can.
Dang it.
If you work for yourself, that means you're your own boss, correct?
Correct.
Can't you get a tax credit for sick pay?
Yes, you can.
On Form 941. So
Yes,
not only can the employer get a tax credit and a tax benefit for sick pay, so can the employee.
Yes. Yes.
If you pay rent, if you're using your house for a business, that's a tax write-off. That's a business expense.
Mm-hmm.
If we're working for the family trust, it's a family house. It's a family car.
Mm-hmm.
And the family gets to use it because that's a fringe benefit of being in this family.
Mm-hmm.
The family don't even have to get paid. You can just give them a stipend. That way there's no taxes moving around this motherfucker. You have to think and move like the elite. When you read the book, was there something in there that showed you how to get education tax credits and tuition?
Everything.
So could you get education tax credits by sending your family to a public education free school?
No.
So that would mean the wealthy send their kids because it's a benefit from the IRS to have a private education.
Right.
It's a benefit to buy Don Kilam books from Don Kilam University because you can get
You can get those as tax credits and get that shit right back.
Correct.
A tax credit, I like that because we did not, I can't remember who said it, so my apologies. They said, so isn't a tax credit real money?
Absolutely.
That is absolutely is. And that wasn't on Investopedia.
That was me. That was me, dog.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Lester, man. He said,
hey, but what you said about the EA was, I couldn't stop laughing. I couldn't even stop laughing.
Lester, you in tune, man. He been patient with me too for months. We finally chopped it up the other day.
So Don, how far can you go back to collect those tax credits on private education?
I've had success 36 months, but I got people that used to work for the IRS. They can get you back about 5 years. I've seen somebody go back to like 1994. I don't know how they pulled that one off. They're pulling up John Deere tractors and all types of shit. My God, damn. Yeah, you know, so I'll show y'all one more form, the form 4852. That's in the book. Do you remember seeing that?
That's in the book.
Lady Prosperity?
I'm about to get that book.
I get it now. I didn't get it when I saw this when I first started. And I was like, oh, that's just too heavy. But now it's all coming together.
You getting all, so remember how we talked about the Social Security is payroll. It's a contract. This is how you opt out the contract and get all that back. You get the Medicare tax withheld, the local income tax withheld, the state income tax withheld, federal income tax withheld, Social Security, Medicare wages, Social Security wages, tips, compensation. We're getting all of that back. Form 4852. Make your name a business. That's what you do. Your name is a business already. That's a form of status correction as well. Operating, having control of your name in the public. Because this is how they get your permission first before they convert you to a number or account. Because the Social Security number is an account.
This
I hope
is
this
powerful.
is making sense.
This is
I know this is all dealing
powerful.
with the Treasury too, man. I want you to, because the
Right.
IRS is the bookkeepers for the Treasury. Before somebody asks again, what's this have to do with the TDA? This is real money. This is what they take from you first. Hey, they get paid before you do. Ain't that some shit? They withhold it before you do.
Yeah, that's what they make you an economic slave with.
And then, so let me show y'all so y'all don't think this is a game. You run the tuition just like a 1099 OID. Hey, it's crazy. When I learned it fucked me up. So the form 8863, when you start, you get your status corrected, you got your name as a business or unincorporated association. I claim it with a holding company or the trust. I would dump all this shit in the trust. Like, yes, he said, where would I put this? Shit, dump it in your Fidelity account. Fidelity is not tripping. You can put damn near anything in your Fidelity account when you learn how to set it up correctly. You're going to have to go to private wealth management, start talking to the private brokers. We would start learning how to deposit coupons and bonds and things like that. That's part of the private sector.
Talking to all brokers.
The public sector is always going to be dealing with, you're going to have to get all that shit registered. But let me show y'all this, because if you learn the 1099 OID process, I don't know if anybody's had success in my class right now with the 1099 OID. Let us know. People talk about the 1099-Cs, all of that shit. I think it's a 1098-T.
You said that's in the book, right?
Yes, that's in the book. This is what it looks like right here, tuition statement. This is how you get your tuition tax credits back. I'm talking about, man, y'all could be claiming Zoom calls, all that shit y'all paid today. Everybody can claim that. Anything you paid for, books, ebooks, Zoom calls, that's all education, man. I don't give a fuck if it's Nickelodeon. Goddamn it, you paying for cable television?
So you
It's for education.
So you saying you reversing the presentment process?
So elaborate what you mean by that.
Like a payment is like a bill or something is a presentment. So like you reversing the process of the taxation, basically. Like
Yeah, so it's not a taxation; it's always a gift because everything in America is free. You're under bankruptcy, homie.
yeah, ain't nothing been paid for since 1933. You're right.
And yes. So when you're having the public education system mentality, you gotta understand. If we say the wrong thing on Zoom, they'll shut us down. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I agree.
All
I
right,
agree.
so we're adhering to their private contracts. We have to adhere to their private agreements.
Okay.
You know?
No,
So
right.
when you're saying you a consumer, that's putting you at the lowest status ever. You know,
Absolutely.
you don't have no rights as a consumer. Only producers have rights in America. Secondly, when we talk about arbitration, let's talk about arbitration again, because you can bring up this law instead of unijoint, you know? Because if you have an account with anybody, this is who you're following under. That's their law.
Right.
You have the right to see all the books, all of that. And they're not showing
Absolutely. Yep. Or if they don't show you, it's treason once you have a certain standard.
So like if somebody says I owe them some money, because it's all about the balance sheet. Everything's all balanced. You already know that because they owe the Social Security number. So you haven't claimed what's yours anyways because you haven't balanced the credits out correctly. That's what all this shit's about. I'm talking about if you got a car, you put it on a family business name, you get paid for that. Now let that sit in. Shit.
When you talking about all of these tax documents and stuff, how do we go about following this stuff? I'm just kind of new as far as like the tax stuff.
That's why you need to get this book. Is your name a business?
Not yet.
It's a sole proprietorship, but you come at it from an individual. So you need to learn how to conquer it. Like I said, holding companies for the 5th time, trust accounts for the 60th time, unincorporated associations for the 80th time. Did y'all hear me when I said that before class?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's how that led us up to this.
We heard you in the university.
Yes, this is it. If you pay attention to my university classes, it definitely leads you up to this.
Yeah, I gotta pay attention more to your university class. I ain't been.
Or you just ask God, ask yourself, you'll lead yourself to it. And when you make your name a business, but this, I'm telling you, so I need y'all to understand this. When you create when you understand that the family is a business, this is why I want y'all to just take it from this standpoint. Don't worry about tribes, government, nothing. Understand that your family is a business. So everything you're doing is supposed to benefit the family. Okay? Does that make sense so far?
Yes.
So if I have my own private agreements with hospitals and private doctors, because it's a private practice, is there a reason to have Medicare wages and Social Security wages taking up my check?
No.
You know, same way with federal income tax. If I have a private family law, Donald Trump is not paying federal income tax or state income tax because he understands his family is the government. There's a reason why Queen Elizabeth and her family is monarchs, because they understand family government. They understand it so well that the whole country got behind them and wanted to be part of their family. You understand?
When you talk about the family and stuff like that, let's say like for me instance, like if I'm doing this right and like my immediate family ain't really like down, don't really know about the information, is this something I could like set up?
Does blood make you family? You know? It's paperwork, buddy.
Yeah, for sure.
Family is what I work for my family, and my family works for me. Everybody that's on this call paid, and my family ate because of you. So you're my family tonight.
Facts.
You dig what I'm saying? So that's how you got to look at it. So who's best fit for this position? You know, a king or a queen or a monarch, whatever you want to call them, an empress or an emperor. They're gonna make their next wife or their next move is gonna be a power move, a power piece. Who can I hand down this legacy to? Who can I hand this torch off to? Who can I hand this light off to?
Do you have more content going over like this as far as like with the tax stuff? Because I remember when I first watched that video.
Bro, capitalize the namepreneur. You got access to that class if you're part of the university.
For sure.
I'm not talking about anything new. On my books that you see, I have webinars for every book. I create the books for my webinars and courses. That's the only reason why my books are for. They're not for nothing else. You gotta tap in. You need to start from ground zero. You lost. All you gotta do is ask yourself some questions in the mirror. You be straight, bro.
Yeah, you never get content. You never get content though. It's always you go towards adversity though.
Yeah. You know, when you don't have clarity in the mind, that's something you need to let go. There's something part of you that you hold on to. Clarity means light, so that's a shadow that's holding you back. You know what I'm saying? Or you see the light, you have to get through the dark. So it could be forgiveness, it can be learning how to love yourself. These are forms of progression.
That's the highest form of enlightenment.
Or maybe you just need to learn a life lesson. That's how you gain clarity, man. So once you ask your higher power for the questions, you go meditate and you'll receive the answer eventually. Just pay attention because your whole life has been pushing you towards clarity. But we just don't go towards the path of least resistance. As simple as that. I'm showing y'all right now, y'all so worried about a public education and getting shit free. It pays to invest. It pays to invest in a private education. You see this? This says lifetime learning credits. The IRS will give you lifetime learning credits. Credits is a form of legal money in this system. We can convert that shit to some cash. So let me get to the book now. Everybody understands bonds.
Overstand.
Every government is created by bonds.
Yes, sir. I got a lot to learn. I don't know nothing.
Yeah, I don't know shit either. I just do what the fucking wealthy people are doing. Just mimic
That's really why they getting rid of trying to get rid of the middle class, keep the rich richer and the poor poor, and keep everybody blind.
It's happening right now too. So look, I've already went over the status correction. That's the first thing that's going down. Affidavit of foreign status, like I said, with the WABEN. All the WABEN is a tax form. I want y'all to know that. I think it's in the book. I haven't read the book. I want y'all to know. I just went over this with somebody today. Actually. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I ain't trying to put nobody info out there though. We can't use that one.
I got every form in your TDA book done.
Here we go. Here go WABEN right here. This was used to get out some shit. So y'all see it works. They did use a code or a statute on here. This is a national code. If y'all want to see it, I'll show it to you. They said their nationality was Washingtonian because they're from the state of Washington. As you can see, nationals, but not citizens of the United States. Yes, people do get passports with the WABEN. This is instead of using a birth certificate, you can use this form. It's a certificate of foreign status. It makes you a foreigner.
A question.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you saying that they're gonna send you something back?
When you fill out a WABEN,
Yeah.
they might just put received or something. They don't really give a
Okay.
fuck. You're
So
supposed to just send it. You're not even supposed to send to the IRS, but I did. You send it with whatever document you're filling out.
Okay, because we have the affidavit too. So
Yeah, this is why I do the affidavit. You know, my foreign affidavit. I attach that as a cover letter to this. Let me see if I can pull one out real quick. You seen the foreign affidavit? I know it's in the university.
I can show you one.
Can you go back to that W8BN when you finish?
Yes. Yeah, here it goes. So, letter of evidence of tax exempt foreign status. This is my cover letter. Something like this. I'll put that in the Google Drive too. I'll put it in the chat right now.
It's very powerful.
This is how I get people out of taxes. Literally 2 documents. It's really not even hard. You have a tax lien or something. Like literally, this is all you need: a WABEN, and this is their code: 8 USC 1408. Nationals but not citizens of the United States. You can be a national and not a citizen of the United States. Being a national is different, so that's what they use on this. This is being a Washingtonian national.
Washingtonian national. That got something to do with the 10 square miles.
Yup. They put a C attached birth certificate, but you can literally just put an EIN or anything right here, any identification number.
But they're talking about the state of Washington, though, right? And
yes, that's a country.
So right.
Is the United States a country? I don't think it is, because America's a continent.
Right. So it'd be like a
Washington
Californian.
Yes. A Texan.
Arizonian, Texan. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I got it.
Let's see if we can look it up. The Republic of Texas. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? I'm just showing y'all. Like, this is a nationality. Hawaii's are Hawaiians. This is literally your country. I could find the actual book somewhere. It's in like a passport.
Yeah, with the indigenous, I seen a book with that.
But all you got to do is just look up. You know, and that's how the status correction people I gave you. This is how they're going by. They're going to make you an American national of your state. They made me an Illinoisian because I was born in Illinois. A native or inhabitant. That means when you're claiming it as your nationality, that's going to make you a non-resident. Resident is their jurisdiction.
Yeah, it's their jurisdiction office. Just like a person, it can mean multiple different forms of entities. Like, you gotta pay attention to that wordplay. It's plural. You are a human.
You inhabit the land. I like that, because that's when you're a free man on the land. They say you're an inhabitant. This is their law. You know what I mean? This is their law.
Mm-hmm.
So understand that. For the WABEN, I do use that. Certificate of authority, affidavit, copyright. You don't really, so all the status correction documents, all you need is have the people set it up for you. You're good. That's the first step. But this is how I started off with this right here. This is my own flag. I created that myself. You actually use this as identification. I used to travel with this paperwork right here. It makes me a non-taxpayer, durable power of attorney in fact. And it's all that same paperwork in one, but it's giving me the rights to transfer and be the owner of securities created by that birth certificate. The birth certificate is considered like a convertible bond, a convertible note. And now we're bringing it back to the private with the full faith and credit. I'd be truthfully, it's still private until you get that social. This is a private trust. A lot of people don't even know that. They skip over that. They're making your name a private business, private entity.
I
They
saw
do
that. I was like, this boy cold. He cold.
Yeah, I know people don't understand it. They skip right over that. I don't say nothing because they think they do. They doing, but literally, you never need a UCC one ever in your life. All you need is this. You know how to implement it correctly. You know, this your birth certificate, everything in here.
So does Don own Jeffrey, or how do you sign that ABN?
Shit, Jeffrey, the government's. My mom created that. You don't control what you create. I'm not bankrupt. Jeffrey bankrupt.
Jeffrey bankrupt. I understand as far
That
as
nigga owes me right now.
I know. I saw that.
I never heard of a Jeffrey. That's some Fresh Prince of Bel-Air shit. Powers of attorney, affidavit of copyright, certificate of authority. This is business right here, to be honest with you. Certificate of identity, they got their own. I use mine with right here. This is the one I use. I don't use this one. But this is a good one to use with the Department of Justice when you start updating your status. I don't know who you are. But this is the one. So some people's trust accounts don't become open right away. And they need to verify some stuff. So you're going to have to fill out this form right here. FS form 0385. I'm saying you just go right here. I'm going to show y'all again. treasurydirect.gov. You can open up a new account. This is all you have to do. You can get an estate or a trust, or you can use the social. Like I said, what I like to do is you can get an EIN, open up with a trust, and then attach your fidelity information. All right, because you're going to need a bank account and routing number. I will use one of the fidelity accounts or a brokerage account. And then they're going to verify your identity. Then you're good. All right. And then when you open this up, now you're going to get routing information. You're going to get all your Treasury Direct information. All right. So because when you can have your Treasury checks direct deposit straight to this motherfucking account.
Damn, that's what the fuck I'm trying.
Yeah, you can. Right to your Treasury account. They give you a little card, but it's just to access the account. You don't have no actual you can just move like bank wires, basically. It's like a security transfer. So I want y'all to see this too. So when you're dealing with when you're moving securities and bonds, it's called a medallion stamp. There is no notary, no more. Medallion signature guarantee. Public banks have them too. A public bank will stamp anything, so just be careful. So a special certification stamp that guarantees a signature that authorizes a transfer of securities is authentic. So they might even have you do this with your certificate of identity. So medallion signature guarantee is one of the several specific certification stamps that guarantees a signature that authorizes transfer of securities is authentic. Parties would generally require a medallion signature guarantee when the owner wants to sell or transfer securities, such as stocks or bonds, held in physical certificate form. If an owner holds securities through a broker, they will not need to obtain a signature guarantee to sell or transfer the securities. So if a broker holds it, like private wealth management, you don't have to do it. But if I'm telling you, like a private stock or a private bond, you're going to want to get the medallion signature guarantee. All right. If you have
What's that?
What was that?
That's a stamp, like a copyrighted stamp. That's saying you're the lawful person.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you.
And that was a valid piece.
So Don, are you telling me that that you can get the brokerage to pass those securities without getting the medallion stamp?
Yes, that's what they're there for. I mean, because if it's in the public anyways, like I said, you're gonna have to go through the SEC, FTC. But if you want to gift securities, you need a medallion stamp. But I'm telling you, courts get courts get away with this because they have their own CPA. Does that make sense?
So once you're in a private, you need the medallion stamp.
I would get a medallion stamp when dealing with government entities. So I guarantee if you show up in court with any medallion stamp, you'll claim anything on them in that court. All that shit's coming to your account.
Okay, well, now I can answer my question. Did you
Does
say
that make sense?
Yes.
Because the government they're supposed to be public entities, right?
Yes, sir.
So they're only able to operate off these things due to your private agreements and private contracts. So I don't want to confuse nobody, because I see there's some people on the call that's just lost, and I appreciate your donation.
That's the straw man. It's a two-way mirror. You got to be able to see both sides of the mirror. If you don't be able to see, but it's other jurisdictions.
So,
but you got to be able to.
I just want y'all to know that if they said this nigga is they said minus the bullshit, this nigga is a genius. I appreciate that. But look,
all right.
So look, a stock warrant. And listen, because I want you to know, say if you don't find no resolution with a debt, it's going to court. They'll fucking foreclose your shit, right?
Right.
Because it's a tax issue. A stock warrant is a contract between a company and an investor, giving the investor the right to buy or sell the stock companies.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to see when a share certificate or stock certificate is written, that serves as legal proof of ownership. So how else are this in contrast with owning a bond, a form of debt instrument in which a separate party loans money to a company or the government? This is exactly what's going on in court.
Okay, stop.
So if you get your medallion signature guarantee, you get that on a share certificate, everything you saying is going, and the CPA got to abide by your rules because that's your fiduciary.
Okay, can you hear me?
Wait.
You know what I'm saying? What's up? I'm glad it's making sense.
Yeah.
Is it making sense for everybody though? Because if it's really making sense, I need somebody to speak up that's not making sense so she can explain it to you.
Oh man.
I'm a little lost.
No, I'm just saying, because if it's clicking for you, it might make something click for somebody that. Because it's just I don't know.
Okay.
It's not for everybody. I see. I need everybody to get my money worth. If y'all sit back and listen to this 8 or 9 times, it will make sense later on the replay. I promise.
I feel like that's what I'm gonna have to do, and I'm just soaking it all in the first time around.
Do you believe in Jesus?
Yeah.
Pray to him.
I mean,
Jesus can bring you redemption too.
I mean, I really understand a lot of this stuff going on. I feel like going through what you're teaching is like you get into a whole different you get a whole different bag. So it's just like understanding more.
So you understand that the contracts are of the water, right? Admiralty law, maritime law, that's of the water. Contracts, all this is of the water.
Yeah.
Moses created a private sea. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Jesus walked on water.
Yeah.
And then they try to present him with some paperwork, and he put a red cross on that bitch. You dig? You cross that bitch out.
Yeah.
Look, at the end of the day, it's family lineage. All Jesus' words was in red. That means he was alive. They can only control the dead. But you can only control what you create at the end of the day. And you're always creating things and you're putting it on their documents. Well, I just showed everybody how to win a court case. I swear to God.
I heard you say put the medallion stamp on that court case and then.
Hey, why wouldn't you? Can you tell me what a warrant is? Who just said that, man?
Dr. G.
Dr. G, what's good?
I'm doing well.
Can you read that on the screen?
It says a stock warrant is a contract between a company and an investor, giving the investor the right to buy or sell the company's stock at a certain time frame for a specific price.
It's a derivative contract. which gets its value from the underlying asset, which is you. We create an insurance company we create an insurance contract for an appearance bond. When you contract with the government, because when they said you understand your charge, now you become a government contractor, correct?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Hey, by the end of the court case, they're gonna have you begging for a bargain.
Absolutely. If you've been locked up, anytime, you can really go discharge that debt.
Who is that talking? You been locked up?
Yeah, I've been locked up before. Yeah, but
You ever heard
you
of
can
state
go
tip?
discharge.
Did you get a state tip?
No, I heard of it. But I'm still doing my research.
So look, state tip. Let me see if I can find state tip. In prison, if you don't get no money, they have to give you some type of money on your book so you can buy hygiene.
Yeah.
So their form of state tip, that's considered a stipend to the trustees, a fixed regular sum paid as a salary or allowance. So when you go to a court, it's a stock warrant. Let me see if I can find a better definition. Every court is a bank. A stock warrant gives the holder, so when you hold a warrant, it gives the holder the right to purchase a company stock at a specific price at a specific date. The stock warrant is issued directly by the company concerned when the investor exercises a stock warrant. So you're going in there and they want you to purchase their stock. They want you to create a government contract. That's what's going down, a private government contract. And at the end of the day, they're going to create this shit into a security. And this is how government is created. They create bonds and securities all off these contracts. That's the name of the game in America.
So when you
gotta
say
go to you gotta go towards you gotta tell them you want to be locked up and basically free the charges because you're straw man, and they you want to adjust the account basically, and
you understand the game, automatically you go ahead and you dismiss everything, throw everything into fraud because it's fraud. You've already been bonded, so now you have insurance and you send the proceeds to your account.
So when you talking about dismissing a case with the medallion, I've been following somebody else. I try to do it. I try to dismiss the case with stamps, putting stamps on the case document or on the It was like the judgment. I already had a judgment. I tried to put stamps on the judgment. The clerk was talking about they can't refile the judgment even though I put stamps in whatever the case. So how does that apply if I'm trying to do a medallion?
We're not even talking about stamps right now, but that's lawful money because it's backed by gold. It depends on what type of stamp you're using, if it has a currency or a value. Now,
from the
securitization process, so you got to understand, you're the asset. Or if you're paying a mortgage or a loan, whatever's being paid, whatever's being funded is the asset. And this gets securitized, all right? What breaks it down in court, since we're talking about court, let me pause this. I'm going to pull up my letter of rogatory. My letter of rogatory is gonna break it down. I don't know if y'all ever read a letter of rogatory at all. Y'all familiar with what a letter of rogatory is? But the letter of rogatory is going to break it down.
That's how they adjust the account. It's like a cover letter.
Yes. This is what's going down. Let me zoom in for y'all too.
You was talking about that the night before last with that guy on
I was just
Instagram
talking about it. I
support.
wrote, so it's basically, I'm going over it again. You got to understand, you're doing business with a private for-profit corporation listed on Dun & Bradstreet. Anytime you're dealing with the government, all right?
Mm-hmm.
What they do is they make claims in equity and they securitize these claims without giving full disclosure to the people. And they sell them to investors. So when you get a court case, you're pursuing the ward of the court. They're creating private trust. The judge is the fiduciary. and you're the beneficiary, but they have you rerouting shit. The notes are then pulled together once they get a judgment against you, and then they become securities. That's a securitization process. And they're pulled together and they're sold as bonds. Said bonds are liens against whoever is in the court. These bonds created your flesh and blood body for a lien. When you're saying this is your birth certificate, when you're saying this is your ID. Hope this is making sense right now.
Absolutely.
Your word is bond. You say you understand. And then it's telling you who it's all registered with. The DOD, United States.
With the trust. That's what the
Attorney's Office, Dungeon Bradstreet, all these people. So all lawyers are private debt collectors. When you start learning the game, this is the private knowledge. They convert all these things into hedge funds, which are sold globally. This is their securitization process. Once it's endorsed, it becomes a security, and the trust is then collapsed. The courts have an account with the IMF, the Internal Monetary Fund, under Interpol. The judges involved and U.S. attorneys involved do not have an accessible oath of office because they cover up the fact that the oath of office between them and the IMF. They're all foreign agents. These court judgments are monopolized according to Title 16, which is a violation of antitrust laws and also unfair trade practice. And then learn how to do the OIDs and the INTs. It's showing you exactly who they're doing these resolution agreements with, who the clerk has a PMIA, a private money investment account, because they're CPAs. A clerk handles money. Why does a court have a clerk? So this is exactly what's going down with your birth certificates behind the scenes. This is how the court creates these bonds, municipal bonds. It's the same process over and over and over again. So when you learn the process, you can do the process too. First of all, you can stop other people from doing it by exposing the fraud and learning how to proclaim these things. So it's called the securitization process. And since you created them due to your negligence and you unwillingly, you can learn how to start claiming these things with the proper documents. And one of them is learning how to claim them and then getting things stamped with a medallion stamp. Okay? Create your private holding company, your private trust. Remember I talked about the trust earlier.
Yes,
Irrevocable foreign grantor's trust. This one is a grantor. You can keep your non-grantor, your estate EIN. These are all private banks. This is how you're rerouting it. You know, you have these things so you can reroute it to whatever organization, wherever you want to donate it to. All right, we're donating things because you're giving up the control of it. You're giving it up to whatever private foundation you're creating, private trust, whatever it may be. All right, the Form 56F. This is for private financial institutions, your private bank. Who's a fiduciary? All right, and then nonprofits. So in order to come out of the foreign banking system, operate in present American internal revenue banking system, you need the following bank routing numbers as EIN persons. Your irrevocable foreign grantor trust EIN person is over your American letter of credit. Granted the foreign trust with the authority to terminate and liquidate them at any time and with the authority to make your American inheritance treasury withdrawals. Your estate EIN person is your redemption withdrawal revenue authority over your foreign granted Social Security number, United States bankrupt trust account. So remember that the Social Security number is bankrupt and you're getting yourself into contracts. Your individual banker's EIN person for your private American bank, private property, and tax purchase and ownership authority, your American Postmaster Bank delivery and process and address. So I just want y'all to know these are just different entities that you create with the IRS. You're going to create one a day now. So you're going to have your estate EIN, you're going to have a private banker EIN, or your holding company, a private holding company, irrevocable trust, grantor's trust EIN, which is a foreign entity, and your estate EIN. You see that's all in red. Now,
so they would give you.
No, go ahead.
They would give you all of them. They would give you all of them EINs, more than one.
Yeah, not in one day though. You give them one day at a time.
Okay, that's
so
weird.
now with this, because I'm telling you, there's more ways to skin this cat, but this is the private way. So I want y'all to know.
Absolutely.
I
Keep up
don't
the
want to
great work.
confuse anybody now. So if you're confused, do not even listen to me right now. So
No, I'm
this can
listening.
be a private company, your private holding company in Nevada, Delaware, and Wyoming. Okay, you follow me? This can be a unincorporated association or a 508c1a. That's how you want to maneuver. And this can be your name as an LLC or operating as your operating company. So I just want you all to know that's how I operate in the public. Like that's like you got the yin, you got the yang.
Mm-hmm.
So I could still deal with the Treasury like that, but I would still always route it to something private, whether it be an unincorporated association, a private church. At the end of the day, that's who's going to be the head of it. Your private tribe, your private government. And then you always want to have your own type of bank. You can create insurance contracts, they insure it, they get loans for you, all of that. I want y'all to know this is the form. You got the Form 56 and the Form 56F. The Form 56F is the fiduciary for your financial institutions. And then I always keep a private nonprofit as well. That can be your private family foundation as well. It can be your 508c1a. Your church is your private church, your private foundation. Your private family foundation is a church as well. Let me read what this says. Internal Revenue American Banking System. The best way to rob a bank is to own one. Very few understand that they are operating as private banks and bankers. A trust is a bank. In order to come out of the foreign banking system and operate in present American internal revenue banking systems, you need the following bank routing numbers as EIN persons. Your irrevocable foreign granted trust EIN person is over your American letter of credit granted a foreign trust with authority to terminate and liquidate. So, internal revenue banking system, the best way the U.S. Secretary of State and the U.S. Secret Service work as agents directly for the U.S. President of the American National Bank in the state. Secretary of State works as the agent directly for the state governor, the state's bank president. So when these agents are noticed, then per the Expatriation Act, the presidents of the banks have also been noticed of the 14th Amendment banking violation of insurrection. If your American National Banking demands are not timely honored, then you need to contact the American National Banking Inspector Generals, mainly the IRS National Banking Commissioner, Inspector General for the National Banking to combat the foreign banking frauds and American identity thefts, also the FBI, and there's the information for them. You can write them. I write them letters all the time. They just put receipt.
So I know. So I know the CIA. The CIA already came and hollered at you and thanked you for making it through the rabbit hole.
I've talked to a few entities, but I just want you to know at first I used to be scared because they held a bow. When you start waking up, they're gonna try to do little scare tactics and they're gonna bump into you, take pictures. They'll tell you who the fuck they are. But they're gonna tell you, they're gonna show you organizations you've never heard of. That's how you know you're part of the private.
And you're foreign, and that's how you know you're foreign.
Yeah. I just want you to know one of the main ones is called BOSS, Bureau of Secret Service. It's a real entity.
Okay.
That's who watches hip hop cop. That's the hip hop cops, to be honest with you.
Damn.
Yeah, it's BOSS, Bureau of Secret Service. Yeah. So when you become part, I need y'all to understand, when you become part of something private, like if you're wanted for something, they don't give a fuck what jurisdiction you're in. They'll pull up and come pull you on a private jet back, nigga. They don't need no permission. Private. Ain't no motherfucking demographics to graphic demons. Ain't no borders no more, homie. Run up, get done up. So if that's why you gotta be part of the private organization, because there has to be change. There has to be law and order. So I need you to, like, if you're a Moor, you see a Moor in all white pull up with the white fez, dude, your days is numbered, your minutes is numbered, your breaths is numbered. Just know that, man. You dig? Same way with the, I'm not gonna get too deep. There's something called the Baphomet. There's something called the Bohemian Grove. Let me just show y'all, because y'all see me out here in the hip hop community too, right?
Yeah, you playing around. You just playing with it now. Like you just having fun with shit.
Hey, I want y'all to see. I want y'all to see the logo of the Bohemian Grove so y'all can see who's part of this month. Y'all see it? Now what rapper got this as their logo?
Drake.
Come on now, talk to me.
OVO.
Hey, I've been knowing about this though from like since day one. People don't know shit about the Bohemian Grove. There's a lot of shit to get initiated. This is that private life we talking about. This is private families right here.
They was talking about it. Did you build the underground bunker yet? I know you got a bunker.
We got land all day. I'm just gonna say that. And architects.
Don, before I got my license, I used to drive folks from San Francisco Airport out to the Bohemian Grove out in Napa.
You see, they got 2,700 acres. But you see who started it? Ronald Reagan, Harvey Hancock, Richard Nixon. You know, they got records. They got records of Richard Nixon speaking with aliens, yo. I'm not gonna get too deep on all of this though, because I don't want to throw my congregation off, my people throwing me off. But I want you to know, man, they got access to a lot of private knowledge y'all don't know shit about, man. They're famous for a Manhattan Project planning meeting that took place there in September 1942, which led to the atomic bomb. The atomic bomb gives credit to the Bohemian Grove, which means Einstein was part of this as well.
So this is deeper than agriculture and all of that stuff. It's involved with it, but agriculture is like it's a part of that. Like it's how you control the world.
You see the logo, right?
OVO. That's the same shit. Right. You ain't got.
I don't see nothing.
Yo,
I don't either.
I don't see nothing. I don't know nothing. I don't see nothing.
Y'all funny, man. But this is that private school. This that private knowledge, man. You know.
You went deep.
Hey, this is who on the. Come on, man. This part. Baphomet is a deity which the Knights Templar were accused of worshiping. Figure this shit out, man. It's deep, man.
Hip hop really brainwashed everybody. Like it indoctrinated everybody more than the schools did.
So I just need y'all to understand this is the stuff they're talking about in these private forums, stuff like this, or they control you.
They control you like a robot.
Steps, though. These are the first steps to getting set up with your Treasury account, all right? And then the next forms they talk about in this book, which everybody got access to. If your email's in the chat, make sure to put your email in the chat right now. And make sure you get the replay and all these files and everything we went over. And if you had this class, you bought the replay, because after 3 days, the replay going up to 200. But you can donate another $100, and I will give you a half-hour consult. And we can talk about whatever you need to do to catch your ass up. Some of you niggas need an extra hour, goddamn it. Drop 200. You know who you are.
No, it's never enough though. It's never enough though.
Now, if you understood the stock warrant thing, where it can get far in life, okay? So once you start setting up these accounts, all it is forms from here on out. So once you get the QSIP numbers, everybody familiar with the QSIP number is? Y'all seeing also. So when you're
let
me zoom in on this real quick.
Hey,
you just got two of your
them things. I sure did.
I want y'all to see this too. So once you become a foreigner, your Treasury is now the Office of Foreign Asset Control. When you're dealing with your trust or your foreign estates, this is the Treasury for it. The OFAC, the Office of Foreign Assets and Control. This is the part of the Treasury that deals with foreign assets over here. So if you feel the need to fill a UCC one out, this is who you need to file it with. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense.
Yeah, it do.
Because if you're filling out UCC ones, you're saying you're a slave. You're saying you're a citizen. That's what citizens do. If you
Why
gonna
they
say
got a
you
book? They got a book. So they got a book. They like, if you don't want nobody to become international, just we gonna still have them. We gonna let the change a little bit of loose off.
you gotta think about this though. Public education. It seems that almost everybody in the class today had a public education, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
So did the public education teach you how to do international business?
Hell no.
So that's why you should always think twice about your first reaction on forms you want to file.
I knew Christopher Columbus ain't signed this shit.
Christopher Columbus filed everything with the Treasury. He handed it over. But so when you get the use of numbers, this is when you can release the funds. That's due to you because it's directly going to be tied to your Social Security number. The IRS is going to know exactly the interest that's due to you. I'm going to show y'all something else too. This is all tied in with the Treasury, okay? This is in the Capitalizing Namepreneur book that I told y'all about. Does everybody understand what fractional banking is?
Yeah,
Yes.
I know about the four different types of money, and
okay, I like that.
I nearly.
So I want to focus on not the different types of money, but I like that because the check is a form of money. People don't look at it like that. You can write a check off any account, God damn it. Nigga, it's your account. Just because it doesn't adhere to public standards. That bitch is good. You're under bankruptcy too. No such thing as money. It's like a game. Let's give you credits.
It's a negative instrument. Ain't nothing been paid off since 1933.
Come on, talk to him, man. I'm glad you get it. Hey, it makes me feel good when you talk and you're talking like you understand it now. So fractional banking is these people, when you in the public, this is only with the public, right? If you deposit $100 in the bank, they just loaned out 90 of it.
Yeah, the 10% go to the interest come back to you.
So you understand they just loaned out your money?
Yeah, yes.
So that makes your money the investment. They're investing your money. So that makes you an investor, correct?
Yes.
All right then. Same way when you go to a store and you run it as credit. You just gave the store credit. That makes you an investor, correct?
Yes.
So you run the 1099 INT just like an OID process. Anything $10 or more with a brokerage firm, see, a brokerage firm is going to tell you. A public bank ain't going to tell you. A brokerage firm is going to send you the 1099 INT. Like, we already filled it out for you. We're giving you your dividends. Public banks have to give you dividends too. But you have to talk to the bank manager and do it yourself with the public bank.
You got do you gotta have a protest protest, I mean.
No.
Like that's when they deny your promissory note or something like that.
Just send them a letter. You just send them a simple letter. It's just a simple letter. Because that's law. You see what this says? Anything over $10 that was deposited, interest on bank deposits. That's your right. That's your right as tax credit. Who receives at least $10? Anything over $10. If you deposited anything in the brokerage firm, banks, mutual funds, insurance, anything over $10, you're entitled to a dividend.
So the bookkeeping in the bank ledger, it's basically all that's your interest is like.
Yeah, they have you filing as individuals. Individuals are always at like a slave status. It's the worst status you can be at.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense for everybody?
Sure does.
Yeah.
QSUPs. So I want y'all to know you will need QSUPs when you start learning your securities. Because if you're going after securities, you're going to have to know exactly where the shit is attached to. And I have people that do something called a securitization audit. You're going to want to have somebody that has, it's called a Series 6 license or a Series 7 license. They're brokers. I don't know where y'all got y'all's QSUPs from. If you want to let the congregation know how you figure that one out.
Please, please, please.
You gotta
I
be in the
got
right.
brokers. What was that?
Gotta be in the right rooms.
You gotta
Can't
be in the right rooms.
Yep, I'm not scared to have a conversation. I got to talking and talk to the right person, and the right person got to talking. And I don't like gatekeepers, so I'll move right on past you and talk to the horse's mouth, and that's it. That's what I did. So I got them. That's how I did
What's
it.
up? I want y'all to know I got private brokers I deal with. And they don't necessarily have a Series 6 license or a Series 7 license, but I do know people that got them. But that's not who I get my QSIP numbers from. I get it from people that's in the private. But
you need a broker though.
What was that?
You need a broker for some of the stuff we don't. We gotta talk.
Yeah. You're gonna need a broker. So I started getting them. It's just a securitization audit. All you have to do is look up a securitization audit.
A broker is like an accountant. A broker is like an accountant, pretty much. Yeah, that's what I was told from a secure party creditor, that you definitely need an accountant.
I learned about these through mortgages, and then I started learning how to get them on everything. But you see, you can get audits on mortgages, auto loans, credit cards, student loans. So I want y'all to understand fully, because I don't want to leave y'all hanging. I'm bringing up too much shit. So everything you're doing is not illegal. You got to learn this. Asset-backed securities. I didn't learn from asset-backed securities at first. Like I said, I learned from something called a mortgage-backed security. I learned how they was doing the shit illegally through foreclosure. Because they don't claim these till after 36 months. After 36 months, they're doing exactly what the fuck I'm trying to teach y'all to do. Go to the Treasury, claim these securities, and get the interest out. And what they're doing is, with the mortgage-backed security, they're spending it, they're sending it to something called a pass-through trust. So they talk about asset-backed securities. So I want you to know your credit card payments, your loans, your car loans, your auto loans. So boom, pass-through trust, types of mortgage-backed securities. Pass-through. Pass-throughs are structured as trusts in which mortgage payments are collected and passed through to investors. So they're taking all the payments that are bundled together and they're paying it to investors, which you're the investor and it's not being paid out to you. It's been reclassified. It's been, the trustees have been changed and all of that. So mortgage-backed securities are investment products similar to bonds. There's that bond again. Each mortgage-backed security consists of a bundle of home loans and other real estate debt bought from the banks that issued them. Investors in mortgage-backed securities receive periodic payments similar to bond coupon payments. I want y'all to understand this shit because this is real money. And they got you chasing fiat currency.
That's that bullshit.
This is how you do 1099 OIDs on bond coupons. The zero coupon bond. A coupon or coupon payment is the annual interest rate paid on a bond. So when you have private wealth management, private banking, you can deposit coupons. Okay, because I'm showing you what real money is. I'm giving it to you where it should be making sense.
You're talking about promissory notes, or
I mean, even the bill you get in the bill, a zero coupon bond is going to be, that's your electric bill you get every month.
Mm-hmm.
You file the 1099 OID on this bitch, and you're going to get everything that's due to you. A zero coupon bond, also known as an accurate bond, is a debt security. Debt is money, remember that. That does not pay interest, but instead trades at a deep discount, rendering a profit at maturity, which is when the bond is redeemed for its full face value. They're going to give you the full face value on that bond, that electric bill that they send you every month because you're the investor. You gave up your Social Security trust number, and you let them use your credit and they're giving you a coupon payment. What is the bond coupon and how is it calculated? But we're so lost with the public education system, we don't think money. How can you talk about redemption if you're not talking about coupons? In this freedom movement.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I'm at with it. That's why they say Don Kilam is a scam or whatever, because they don't understand this shit.
Yeah, you got this. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to be broken down. You breaking it. You definitely beyond breaking it down to the nearest denominator.
Because I've been living this shit for years now, and that's and like I brought you up from where my understanding started. It started from debt disputes, and then it went to the court system, and then it led me to stop bonds and stop warrants.
You got to get known in all of. You got to make your presences in all them places. Like you got to. That's how you have it. You got to be able to use it. That's a part of having that
True
private.
redemption is accounting. True redemption is accounting. So I know not everybody understood everything that went down. Cam, let me know that you understood something, man. He's the youngest motherfucker in here, probably. I'm linking with Cam tomorrow, man. Shout out to Cam, man.
I understood a little bit. We'll talk about it, in a couple of days.
You understand the mortgage-backed security, though?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, you a real estate agent, man.
Can I make a suggestion to Cam?
What's up? What's up? Let's hear it.
So, Cam, all you have to do if you're already in the start with the basics, the status correction, the videos are there. It'll make sense. I took a 1 week when I first started this. I think I joined on the 28th of December. And that whole next 7 days, I ate up all the status correction videos, literally. I matched it with everything that I already knew. You may not, have some of the experience the rest of us have, but break down what he's saying in this video, and it's going to make sense. And this, all I can say is for what we've been doing for about 8 or 9 months now, Dom, you have put all the pieces of the puzzle together.
That means a lot.
That means a lot.
My ways can be a little unethical.
we don't care. We don't care. It was spirit.
I just want y'all to know, listen, people don't understand. This is my form of love. This is my form of love. So the people who get it, they get it, man. It's for them. Because I'm giving it to you on a platter. I really am. But at the end of the day, if you're facing your challenges and your demons in your life, your shadows in life, you're gonna be good. And I need you to understand this. If you're not killing nobody, you're not hurting nobody, fuck your demons. Do not fall victim to any of that shit. They want motherfuckers owe you. As simple as that. The world owes you when you discover who you are. When you discover who you are, then the universe owes you.
When you realize
listen, I'm sorry. We went out here talking about I'm collecting all my shit. I ain't even playing like that. Energy I'm collecting all my shit. That's exactly what I've been on.
Just dream big. And the biggest you can dream, but be realistic on something that you believe you can be there. And just know, man, the universe owes you more than that.
Don't stop believing it, neither.
Don't stop.
Don't stop each and every day.
And it's resources. That's what I'm starting to learn. What makes me rich, why I'm attracting celebrities, why I'm attracting different walks of life now is due to the resources I have connections with and then my network of people. Like same way with the music, I'm in the music industry. I have connections to people that other people don't have connections to. Like they're like, man, such and such, you can hook me up with them. You can hook me up with this person, you can hook me with that person. And I didn't know that was an asset at first, I'm like, wow, I am connected to pretty much everybody.
The celebrities ain't nothing. You're in a whole secret society.
Oh, no doubt. The real, because you got when you start reaching celebrities, you're gonna figure out who their mentors and who's the celebrity to the celebrities. You know,
Yeah, who had the,
yeah, and people don't know this. I don't want to take away from anybody, but I would say like Big Meat, she was never supposed to be public. Like celebrities really was mentoring from this guy, man. And then and that's how I am, you know. And I know a lot of other people that created these people, but they'll never want to be in the public.
I thought that was AI when Elon Musk shouted you out.
Oh, that was AI.
That was it. He said my name. I said, I don't know.
But no, like I know people that created like powerful people and comedians, rappers, actors, and this dude is not. He don't want to be seen on social media, nothing. And it's like everybody knows who he is. It's like you should see the respect that he gets because it's just who he is. It's crazy. And when I came across this about 3 years ago, I said that's who I want to be. Like, you know, wealth is really quiet. You'll never even know he's rich. You know, you would never even know if you're just hanging around. You think he's some dude.
That's how the Rothschilds and Rockefeller and them is. They get that name switched. They don't want you to know them. They own all the insurance companies. They own the big. They own it, not the little. Oh no, you can have it. You want? They had to break it down in the when the trading when they did the steam engines and the cotton gin. They had to during the trade act during the steam engines. They had to break it down, like they had to break their the stock market into smaller shares so they wouldn't reveal themselves. Like,
oh,
hey.
Well, I see people raising their hand. What's up, man? I don't know how to work that shit, man. I got YouTube.
He's talking to me.
May I and Ben Ami?
I'm being polite. I'm being very kind and polite. So.
That was you?
Yes.
What's good?
Okay, so I had a question. I don't think we got around to asking to. I might know the answer, but just in case, I'm gonna ask. Did you say on the certificate of authority, not the one that we do, that might need a medallion stamp? Because
I would, anything you're doing with the Treasury needs a medallion stamp.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, because the court won't medallion. They can't go against that. You got to understand, a court doesn't even use notaries. They stamp everything in house.
I have so many questions now.
You know what I'm saying? And you can too. That's what your family crest is for.
Ashe, we have one.
Yeah, your thumbprint.
Ashe, we use that too.
You know, you can buy it on Amazon these days.
The thumbprint, that's the blood.
The main thing I want everybody to understand, because I gave y'all a lot of information, but I want y'all to know this: true redemption on the accounting side as a foreign national. That's the Can't Touch This book and those webinars. All right, the W-4T process or the W-4 process is a different process, withholding that I haven't tried myself, but I've had success with students. And Atia says you can get a medallion from your bank for free. Yes, from most banks like Bank of America, you got to be with them for like 30 days. So my process that I wanted y'all to learn, basically, get the status correction documents. Get your status correction documents. I gave y'all her information. All right. Go get it from Ann Von Reed's My Status Select. Then start setting up your private banking, however you want to have your assets protected, whatever makes sense to you. One guy said, hey, can we use corporations? Absolutely. I told him how I use mine. Holding companies, 501c1as, unincorporated associations in the private, holding companies and operating companies. My name will be an operating company. I have access to government or the Treasury accounts this way. Find somebody that can get you a CUSIP number. You do something called securitization audits. If you know a broker, you can get access to this shit for free. The right broker will know how to do it. All right. I didn't go over asset-backed securities. Look up what an ABS is, because I went straight to the bonds, I see. Asset-backed securities. Forms of asset-backed securities are home equity, auto loans. Let me share this again real quick so y'all don't think it's Dr. Kilam's information. credit card receivables, student loans. These are considered asset-backed securities. It's an asset because you're paying it. Anything that brings in income is considered an asset. Anything that brings that betters the family trust is an asset, I would say, that betters the business. If that makes sense.
Like you said, coupons.
Coupons is an asset to them because they know how to utilize it correctly. They got you so focused on the public banking system that you don't even know what real money is. Does that make sense?
That fiat bullshit. Yeah, that fiat bullshit.
All right. Now, you can find you somebody. So now you get your private bank set up, or your however you're about to manage your estate. Okay. However you're trying to manage your estate, you can do it with foreign grantor trust. You can do it with trust. You can do it with private EINs. A holding company is a bank. All banks do is hold assets. A record label is a bank. A church is a bank. It holds assets for God. So you understand. Now, your family, you hold assets for the family and the families to come and future generations. Now, once you got all this established, you got your Treasury direct account established, you got your Fidelity account. I don't care if you have a trust account with Wells Fargo, Bank of America, you can hook this up to. Don't put cash in this account. Keep the account lawful, okay? You can run you an audit, securitization audit, figure out who it is. You know, if you want to deal with me directly, I can get you in touch with some people. I just did a simple Google search online, came up to this, so you can know that audits are real. You can get audits on mortgages, auto loans, credit cards, consumer loans, business loans, personal loans, everything. Now I'm about to pause this. The reason being, I'm about to show you an audit so you can see what you get. Let's see. And this is going to be someone that we've dealt with in the private. You will see their information. So you can go ahead and get their information right here. I'll put it in the chat. They will run an audit for you. All right. They're gonna charge you. Tell them Don Kilam sent you. That's okay. This is a foreclosure audit. This is a mortgage audit. They show you the amount of the mortgage, and then they're going to show everybody that turn it a secured asset-backed receivable. So when you get access to this, what was that?
You said that's how you started first. The foreclosure.
Yes, I started with foreclosures. This is a case that I'm working on. I have them do a securitization audit. We're all good. They're going through foreclosure. They filed bankruptcy. Bankruptcy is about to end. We're going back to foreclosure courts. That's when they reach out to me. But they're going to show you exactly how the note, it turned from a loan into a security. Securitization is illegal. Now they're showing who the custodian is and who's getting the interest. And this is when we figure this out, this is when you can reclaim it. Renegotiate your security agreements and promissory notes because it was fraud. Reconvey these things and cash in with the CUSIP number and reassess it and send it to and claim the securities from the Treasury. Send it to your Treasury account. Send it to Fidelity account if you're trying to go liquid, because you'll figure out who all the parties are on this.
Are you the man?
That's what they do for you, man. They'll find everything within the SEC for you, man.
Oh my God.
So this is how you get paid. I'm just showing y'all, this is how you get the money, man. And not only that, these people will also, if you have to go to court or have to talk to somebody, they sign affidavits for you. Now, as an investor, you run this like a 1099 OID process. So it's a 1099 INT with ABS, is asset-backed securities. With a mortgage-backed security, it's going to be a Form 1066 that make you the investor, a real estate mortgage investment conduit. And this is how you get those tax credits from a mortgage.
So you said they do affidavits for you and all that?
Yes, they'll show up to court for you and everything.
We have one of those. Yes, they do.
Yes.
Don,
You're going to win every time. If you get a securitization audit, you're going to win. Look, this is them. Like they stamp shit up. They'll find everything, man. They sign the audit and because you can't just go into court and say, hey, this is what it is. A lot of people can't even explain this shit. But this is them looking up the QSIP numbers right here.
So when you go to court, you are paying a separate fee for the attorneys to represent you when you go to court.
So I just want y'all to see this shit's real. I'm not just talking, all right?
No, I know you ain't. You'd have been in too many secret rooms. You can't hide that shit.
I know a lot of shit for no reason though. So like I said, anybody that took this class, I'll do a consult with you, start first week of March for $100. We can talk about all this, what you need to do, see where you at, such a situation.
You already owe me one.
And then
Don, you already owe me one. I'm still holding it off on it.
Did you pay for this class?
Yeah, I paid for this class. But you owe me
we'll make it happen, man. But everybody reach out.
Yeah, I know.
How do we get the consult for the 1st of March that week? How do we go about that?
Well, are you part of the OnlyFans? Most people part of the OnlyFans. But
I'm not.
However you paid to get in this class, just drop the $100. Say this for the consult.
I bet.
I was in the Treasury class. I got your I got your email address. Everybody who got however you get access to me. Obviously, everybody has access to me somehow, some way. That's how you get access to me again.
Don,
hey,
how do you use that medallion stamp if you have to go to court? What would you say when
stamp up your documents, bro? What you mean?
Yeah.
Don't they securitize your agreements?
Absolutely.
So it has a value attached, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, what's insurance policy is just a contract, right?
Yes.
But it can be money too if it gets paid out, right?
Yes.
So how do I know who it gets paid out to?
Beneficiary.
But how do I appoint a beneficiary?
From the contract.
Same way with court, bro. Somebody's dead. That makes sense.
Yeah,
somebody's dead, bro. You
Yeah,
gotta start
somebody's
appointing.
dead.
You gotta start appointing the beneficiary. You gotta start appointing the right people. You're not acting.
You back on leave.
You're not acting
You back on
in honor.
You absolutely. You back on land from sea. You here? I'm alive. You back on land from sea.
That's it.
Hey, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Man, I need to get some vehicles. I need you to take me walk me through the dealership like what it takes for that.
Hey,
he got the book.
Asada.
I don't got time for that. I don't got time for that shit. I don't got
the book works. Let me put the book, man.
I don't
what
got
you mean
time.
you ain't got the book is like 20 pages. Asada got a card, then you Asada in here. What's good? Unmute yourself, girl. Walk them through it. Cause it's not even hard. Yeah.
I'm not saying it is. I'm just you know what I'm saying? My shit, what I got going on is like I'm fast tracking. I'm trying to jump the line. I don't know.
Well, maybe. Well, Rome wasn't built overnight. So if you don't understand it now, you're gonna have to go read the book.
Nah, I got it.
Has anybody in here got a car for free?
It's coming in the mail. It's me, Don Kilam.
Has anybody in here got a car? I'm trying to see something.
Nah, that's I need help on that.
I'm gonna have them talk you through it. I know
Because I
Asada got a
have the
car.
bills of credit book. Is this another book you're talking about?
No, the bills of credit book is exactly right.
Yeah, that's the one I'm waiting. I'm waiting on the book. I already purchased it. It ain't.
So look, at the end of the day,
I travel. You know what I'm saying? I travel.
At the end of the day, I know it was Asada that got the car though. But look, at the end of the day, when you go on, does anybody have a car payment?
Nah, my car's everything I have.
Anybody in this class have a car payment? I want to talk y'all through it, man.
No, the reason why I asked that not to sound stupid, but the reason why I asked that is because I've been reading, so like for me, let's just say that I read everything, right? But I don't know what they gonna say to their rebuttal. You feel what I'm saying? What they gonna say?
Who cares what they say?
That's not true. Or you know what I'm saying?
Who cares what they say? If they ran your social, they need to run you something.
Right. Because right now I got 2 cars on the line. You feel me? But it's just as far as what they gonna say and how I can stand on what I'm saying.
You want me to talk you through it step by step? You need to book a one-on-one consult. This is the TDA
no, we got
class.
That. It's all good. That's what I'm asking. It's all good. It's all good. I just wanted to voice that. You feel what I'm saying? Because you know what I mean. That's where I'm at.
As simple as this. Listen, who gives you? How can you go to the car lot? Does the car lot fund the car?
You said what?
Who funds the car? When you go get a car, who funds
the
it?
car?
You have to get a bank loan, right?
The application.
Or do you pay the bank?
My application fund the car. Yeah.
But who do you pay at the end of the day? Who they tell you to pay?
The bank.
The bank.
The bank. Thank you for the person that didn't even ask the question. This is why you can't get a car. You can't even answer a simple question. But listen, at the end of the day, the bank is who you fucking have to pay. So that means the car, if the car lot gives you a car, that means the car lot has been paid. You don't owe nobody. The bank don't owe nobody. Secondly, if they say you owe the bank, that means the car lot has been paid. So I don't have to put no money down. And it's that simple.
Yeah, but we not right. So basically, from what I've been reading or what I've seen is that okay, you go there, you do this and you do that, and then 9 times out of 10 they're gonna deny you. So I'm gonna have to.
9 times out of 10 they're denying who? They're not denying me, bro. This is why you need a book of consult.
They ain't denying me, but that's what they going.
This is why you need the book of consult. Does everybody feel like they got their money's worth in this class? We talked about the Treasury direct, private wealth transfer. All right.
Yes.
I had to make sure before I boot this nigga. Majority rules.
We do. I got
quick question though.
We got it.
No, we still. I just put him in the waiting room.
I got a question, Don.
What's
this
up?
was on your YouTube, man. Like I seen this probably last month. Had some on your YouTube. It was this corporation. I forget what it was called. I think you took it down from your YouTube. Where there's like it's like a program that banks have where they have to like grant people or businesses money.
Yes, the Reinvestment Act.
Reinvestment Act. All right.
Yes.
I gotta get that book though. I gotta get 2 of them.
Any other questions over TDA banking? That's a whole private class. That's a whole separate class. You can't get free cars, no fucking money down. If you don't understand it, that means you need to buy the book or you need to book a consult with Don Kilam. Because motherfuckers are getting cars every day. You don't even need to know a secret. You can open up a business and go get cars automatically. You don't have to make a payment for 90 days. That's another way, and it's public information. It's not even really private.
You can get cars for free.
Because at the end of the day, the right question you want to ask if it's dealing with the Treasury account is, how can I go buy a car and get my tax credits back? Because it pays. If you pay for a car, they're going to give you the money right back. That's a business investment. That's a business expense.
You getting the interest right back. It's fiat money anyway. You getting that shit. Oh, here's you got it's money of exchange and money of the account. Like that's
That's it. I mean, it's a business expense. So if you have an electric car, you say you go get an electric car. I want you to know, you tell them anyways, I'm gonna answer the question for him because he did pay for the class, but I booed him out. But look, you tell the bank, you tell them, can you give me a document or a contract that shows that I have to put a down payment for this car from the bank? Because the bank don't want a down payment. All the bank needs is your signature because there's no such thing as fiat currency or credit. I mean, there's no such thing as money, just fiat currency and credit. All they need is your signature. So I want you to know there's different, when you do get a car, put it in your business name, make your name an LLC or whatever. Family business trust, put it in the family trust. They got different tax credits. You know, we got the same one. Yeah, that's the same one. Hold on. We got the electric vehicle credit. That's all in the tax, the capitalizing namepreneur book. All of this is.
It's great.
But you know, you get 8,000, and then they have another tax credit. They give you 25,000 for the first year of buying a car. All tax credits. So you gotta understand especially if it's an asset. And then if you have this under a private bank name, if they come take your shit, that's taken from a bank. They just rob from a bank, man. I hope that makes sense. Don't nobody want no bank robbery charge.
Yeah, that makes sense. It could be hard to understand because the cognites of dissonance, if it's not parallel to what you already been, and the information that you already live by, you ain't gonna be receptive to it.
Right. Well, there's tax credits for anything you could think of. All right. I just want everybody to know. I will give everybody and I'll resend y'all the Google Drive links and then the link to get the trust program and the Quick and Legal Business Pro because that has other tax credits in there. All right.
You got an ebook for the you got an ebook for the car?
For the car, you gotta get that shit on Amazon.
Okay.
But I got 2 different car books. Even got the secret lender list. And of course, they're gonna tell you to put some money down. You just tell them, hey, show me where it says that from the bank. You know, where's the bank say I have to put money down? Because all the bank needs is your signature.
Absolutely.
And then secondly, if you don't get approved, you do something called a letter of reconsideration. It's a process I do. And then I take my own certified financial statements in there from my accountants. Because they're a credit profile, credit report is not certified financials. That's all volunteered information. A certified financial statement is a financial document such as an income statement, cash flow statement, or balance sheet. Even if you go get a bank statement from your bank, that's not a certified financial statement. A certified financial statement will outdo any credit report when you do a reconsideration. And it's going by the GAAP guidelines on real accounts. This is real law. This is real private law with checks and balances. Certified financial statements are financial statements audited and certified by external independent accountants. And this is what goes on in court. They certify their own documents by an accountant because they have their own CPAs. If you need your own CPA, all you got to do is go right here at Fiverr.com.
You said at Fiverr.com.
Fiverr.com, CPA, certified financial statements. They'll get you together. Find you one in the UK or something. Find you one in Canada. That way you form for real. Learn how to create your own. Listen, literally, all I do is I'll go have a bookkeeper input the information I tell them. Look, this one does estate and trust returns. Come on, talk to me. But look, and then they'll certify the documents that I give them, the bank statements that I give them, whatever it is that I need them to do. Get the financial forecast certified financial statement. Then I get a reconsideration if I get denied. And now they have to give it to me because this is following their rules, GAAP guidelines. You're not following GAAP guidelines when you're running a credit report. People not understanding this. You're not following GAAP guidelines. You're going in there as an individual. You're not going in there correctly. This is how you get the best information. Are you going to get information that's certified? Is it going to be better if you have an audited information that's certified, or just some information coming from some public agencies? Because these ain't even credit bureaus.
Certified. So Fiverr. So it's the CPA. It's the CPA that you get from Fiverr.
Yes,
what you say it was?
What
you say that?
Fivers. Yes, I get CPAs right here.
Okay. You dropped the book on us right there. We got coming to you from the reconsideration letter. That's it.
Well, I said if they deny you for credit, get you a certified financial statement. Simple as that. And make sure they're following GAAP guidelines. This is what they have to admit to. If you get approved for a car loan, that's an account, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So they have to follow the GAAP guidelines, generally accepted accounting principles. Public companies in the U.S. must follow GAAP when their accountants compile their financial statements.
Okay, so Don. So you could do that same thing for maybe a credit card, right?
Credit cards, yes, exactly. I do this more for credit cards than I do cars. I would do this for a loan. I would do this for stuff like that to get money. This is what you do. So I need you all to understand. This is what you do when you're accessing wealth and multi-millions. They're not going to run your credit report and say, "Hey, I'm going to give you $150 million." Right. They want to see some certified financial statements from accountants and bookkeepers.
Okay. Hey man, I just want to say, thank you, and everybody, I need to get that consult, bro. Don be dropping diamonds for real.
Does everybody feel like they know how to get a car for free?
Absolutely. Everybody get that consult. Everybody get this one, the next one. Book them weekly or monthly, whatever you got to do.
For sure.
We all good. Everybody good, man. I'm about to sign out, man. I'm make sure. Listen, make sure again before I get off here, your email address is in the chat.
Okay.
Can you check your phone? Because I sent you something.
I got you. You was the first one again, girl. I'm getting me some weed in the morning now. Thank you. I'm smoking up the profit. I'm smoking up knowledge.
No, absolutely.
Now, if you did put your email address in the chat, just reach out to me. I'm gonna go through everybody so I have access. This is why I love OnlyFans, because I can just look up my statements and see who sent me the donations. Boom. And I'm gonna send y'all everything. Or y'all can just send me your email in the OnlyFans chat. But make sure if you didn't put your email in the chat in the Zoom, I want to make sure everybody gets this call, the copy of the call. I want to make sure everybody gets the documents. I know it. There's a lot of information that I didn't go over, but I hope that y'all do go over the information. There's other webinars. The Can't Touch This Diplomatic Community webinar, and then other Treasury Direct webinars as well. But I believe this was the most complete webinar. I went over a lot of information. I hope that it made a lot of sense for everybody. But at the end of the day, it's all about we need to learn how to make our own treasury and quit trying to cash in on their shit. We need to learn how to make our own technology instead of using their technology. We need our own banking systems. We need our own payment processors. We need our own everything, and now's the time to do it. We need our own language, and when they want to take it over or take over our tribe, we give them the shit because what's taken from you is going to be given back multiplied anyways. So that's what I'm on. Land is easy. Reach out to me. I'll show everybody how to get land as well. I didn't go over that today, but if you pay for this class, if you want the websites, I'll show you how to get land. Literally, if you can afford this class, you can afford land every month. If you can afford $100 a month, you can afford to get land. So I'm just gonna put it like that. You can get land $100 down. And so there's no excuse. And as soon as you put the money down, you can start building on your land right away. And that's something that you can always hand down as wealth and be part of your portfolio. Yeah, let me show you land. Let me show you a couple land websites before I get off here. But my favorite two, and because I want y'all to see how cheap it is. I usually reserve this for my members, but let's not be greedy here. So I want y'all to get the land before this. My homie died. His family's running the business right now. But you can see you can get land. How many acres is this? That's 1 acre. Let's see, $20,000 for 18 acres. You can make payments. This is landdiscounts.com. See, you can make payments. Let me go down. This one's on the outskirts. I like this. I shouldn't even be showing y'all this one. I want to go grab this one myself. But you can see down payment $3,000. But the price goes up and then boom, now you $300 a month you own land. Now this one is a cheap one, mustangland.com. You go see the listings. This one's a smaller budget, smaller scale, $125 a month you own land, 2 acres. Come on, talk to me. $185 a month you own 10 acres. Come on, talk to me. So $100 a month, like I said, you can own an acre. 2 acres, $100 a month right here. This land is right up the street from my land. You can grow cannabis here. You can have dispensaries here. There's no regulations. It's all unincorporated. So that's in Nevada. Now, other places, there might be restrictions. Colorado, there's restrictions. You got to buy water rights.
What's the name of this website again?
This one's mustangland.com.
Mustangland.com.
And the other one is landdiscounts.com.
But
I don't know nobody else that's giving out game like me.
No, it's not. But it's already collateral connected to your name, like in land, vehicles, boats.
Well, it's connected to your bloodline. It's connected to your bloodline.
Your bloodline.
They switched up the names. Everybody that was slaves, that were considered slaves, the reason why they made you a land worker is because you own the land. The slave owner was always was the tenant.
Yep,
you was the land. You was working the land. You was working your own land. That was your shit.
That aligns with what I remember from the stories that we've been told.
Yeah. So and that happened everywhere. That happened everywhere. There's no race, creed, anybody left behind. That happened to everybody. Even the slave masters were royalty taken from their own lands. So a lot of people don't even know that. So, they have royalty overseeing royalty. Hey, real shit. It's crazy as fuck. It was just part of an experiment they had going on. And they was able to get kids, to get them at the youth and teaching them the ways. But it was like a foreign exchange student, so to speak. And they turned it into slavery, man. And had you doing the dirty work. So, that's just some of the stories, man. But you just, whatever works for you, come up with a story, stick with it, create your own family tree, and be able to prove that shit, and then you're going to get far in this system, man. And once you start believing something and believing in a family or religion or something, you'll be able to stand behind that and fight for the rights for it. You know, I hope that makes sense. So it's church versus state, always has been. It's all make-believe entities. You know, demographics is the graph of demons. This is all America. America is a continent. So how can you claim a continent as a nationality? So remember that, and I hope that sinks in. But at the end of the day, nationality is the order at the end of the day. When you're coming into this, you want to claim a nationality and distinguish that you are not that person. And this is why we come in, we say that's our government name or our slave name. That's why I go by Malik Kilam or Don Kilam. That's my doing business as name. Your government name is a position. It's part of the government. You don't want to own it. You don't want to own nothing attached to it. You want to control it and administer it. And when you're able to administer your own affairs, that's when you can start opting out of the system and start working for your family. Peace and love. Hope you have a great night. And listen to it 8 or 9 times. Absolutely. I hope this stuff sinks in for everybody.
Peace and love.
Absolutely.
And I didn't answer the free card. I didn't answer the free card question, homie. I didn't answer that. Peace.
Peace.
Are you ready to unlock the secrets of commerce and build an empire that lasts for generations? Look no further. Introducing $1 Million Worth of Game by Don Kilam, your official guide to the private and public side of commerce. In this groundbreaking book, Don Kilam reveals the strategies and insider knowledge you need to create and protect your wealth. Learn how to navigate the intricate world of commerce, master the art of building an empire, and secure a lasting legacy for your family. Get your hands on $1 Million Worth of Game today and embark on a transformative journey toward financial abundance. Don't miss out on the opportunity to build your empire and secure a prosperous future for generations to come. Get ready to conquer the world of commerce. $1 Million Worth of Game by Don Kilam, your ultimate guide to building an empire and leaving a legacy. $1 Million Worth of Game by Don Kilam. Available now. Get your copy and start your journey to generational wealth.